the plumber in a pinch, and the emergency mechanic. Upgrade his gear this Father's Day with the Husky Mechanics 270-piece tool set from the Home Depot. Now on special buy for $119, a $695 value. For every kind of dad, find the perfect gift this Father's Day at the Home Depot.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang the bombs bursting in air, yea, through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of freedom and the
Baba Booey, Baba Booey. Check, check,
Check
check.
1 2, check 1 2.
I'm jamming.
Oh, 600. What's the O stand for? Oh,
Oh
my
my
God,
God,
it's
it's
early.
early.
All right, folks, enjoy the show. Stay tuned. We're going live in 5,
4,
3.
Morning Mayhem starts now with David BAZZEL,
Here.
Roger Scott,
Present.
Justin Moore.
Justin!
Live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort.
Look at that.
Two things you need to know. I'm the king. And number two is look out, man. Look at that. They're coming at you. You see that? It's called karate, man.
Yeah.
Only two kinds of people know.
Who's that?
The Chinese and the king. And one of them is me.
Hey, it's 609 from 12 stories up in downtown Little Rock, Roger. You know what 609ers do?
What?
They move it, move it, move it.
Hit that gong on that. Move it! Move it! Move, move, move! Hey, baby! We're gonna be here all day! We're gonna be here all day, baby! I like this kind of party! I like this kind of party, baby!
Get your damn act together, okay? Settle down just a little bit.
Working on a T-bone steak, all the cardi flying over to the Golden State. When the pilot told
Obama!
15 minutes, he would set us at the terminal gate. Swing low, chariot, come down, easy, taxi to the
Stop worrying about your mustache and read the rule book.
Here we go, we go. Get to the telephone.
Los Angeles.
In Norfolk, Virginia,
all terrible.
I like old school, man. Load it down the barrel, side lock percussion cap, or even maybe a flintlock.
Somebody said it's all I do. That's all you do because you can't sing. You know what? Maybe it's true.
You mean to tell me you don't think the lady playing the tambourine was instrumental in any band? I think not, sir.
Yeah.
Give me Chainsaw. Made a dude with Jackal pretty famous.
It's stupid. It is totally stupid.
Los Angeles. All righty. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, Roger.
Yeah.
One of our greatest views ever in the history of our show, going back to even show with no name. Good morning, everybody. I'm David BAZZEL.
I'm Roger Scott.
Josh Neighbors is back in studio. Good morning, Josh. How are you?
Morning, lads.
We are coming to you live from the 12th floor of the Bob R. Brooks Jr. Justice Building, the new home of the Office of the Attorney General. And Roger Spielberg, Scott, has got the shot of the day. We are facing west, and we can see downtown north and downtown west, the state capitol. And it may be one of your greatest shots ever, Roger.
Well, David, I appreciate that very much. A lot of the money that you poured into giving me some of these lessons is starting to pay off, because right now up here I was able to disassemble the camera, stick it outside the window, which is a small crevice. The only thing that could get through that small of an opening would be that camera disassembled and maybe baby Jessica. We have got it out the window right now. You can see down. You can see the Capitol. I don't have Zoom capabilities, but I'm working with people to give me that as we speak.
Josh, if you're looking at the camera, you can see. Can you see the state capitol there?
You can. It's right down. It's right down in the middle. You have to know what you're looking for.
So what's crazy, the guy who designed this building, the old Boyle building, designed the state capitol.
Now listen, this is radio. You can't say it if it's not true.
How about that? George Richard Mann. Jeff, which came first? Did the state capitol come first or did this come first? It was about the same time.
Around the same time.
Yeah.
I think this might have been completed.
How crazy? Yeah, I think this might have beat this. So they're down there. Back in 1909, they didn't even have an elevator in this place. Yeah. They're looking at, well, the state capitol's coming up down there.
Put it down that way.
We don't build things like that. You know, we got these over here, and they're nice, all these big buildings, but they don't look like this thing.
Yeah, they're made out of paper mache.
Exactly. Listen, white in color with profuse terracotta ornament across the upper floors.
Yes!
Boom, I just said that.
Dude, that is awesome. Anytime you can throw in terracotta.
The reason we're here today is they're having the dedication today at 10 o'clock. Our good friend, the Attorney General Tim Griffin, is having the dedication of this building. $35 million renovation of this classic building. Been empty for 25 years, saving the state money by not renting in another place. And,
sure.
So there's going to be I don't know if a ribbon cutting, but a dedication ceremony at 10 o'clock. And so that's what he's for. Also, too, there's a big statue that's going to be out front dedicated to one of the Band of Brothers guys. That,
cool.
That is from Arkansas. Roger, you knew who he was. Sergeant Denver Bull Randleman, who participated in the D-Day invasion. He was a member of Easy Company, 2nd Battalion, 506 Parachute Infantry Regiment, 101st Airborne.
Salute!
There's a statue going up there to him. So
where's that going to be? Right out front?
Yeah, but have it right out front too.
I didn't see a spot for it, but I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, they're going to. And for those who don't know where we're at, we're right on Capitol and Main. We're at the corner of Capitol, which goes all the way to State Capitol, and Main Street, downtown Little Rock. So when I used to live, I used to be the first person to live in the River Market. I was one of the first guys down there. I would look at my window and I'd see this building. I said, one of these days, if I ever had enough money, I'd buy that building because of the penthouse. And that's where we are right now, the top floor of this thing. You hadn't even had a chance to look around, right?
No.
Yeah,
I was still trying to hook up my Park Mobile.
They got a restaurant, a fancy dancy restaurant going in with Jennifer Mon, who won the chef contest. When did she get second, Jeff? She got second.
Listen, Buzz Aldrin's not too shabby. Number two is pretty good.
That's exactly right. So you're going to see, Roger, too, when you go down, you'll look at the top roof where they've got the original.
Okay.
You see over how it's and they've just redone that in the main line where you walk in.
Yeah, it's beautiful old building.
It's beautiful.
The older we get,
building.
the more we appreciate old things, don't we?
Yes, we sure do, Roger.
Yeah.
Also today we'll have Rick Schaefer as always on Tuesday, brought to you by Edwards Food Giant. John Daly's brought to you by Welcome to Moe's.
I'm glad you looked at me like that. Yeah.
We'll have Tim Griffin around 7:45, the Attorney General, and Terry Bradshaw calling in today.
What's he doing?
He is talking about his show at Branson on Sunday that Roger and I will be attending. with our significant others, and maybe Greg Hatcher.
Maybe,
we don't know.
but one way or another, our significants are going.
Yeah, that's
okay,
at
right.
8:05. We'll have Chuck Gatlin brought to you by Hubbard Power Sports at 8:30, a little family feud. And then Gabe Holmstrom, who is the guy behind So Much Downtown. He's executive director of the Little Rock Partnership. Several things today, Roger. It's National Iced Tea Day today.
Ooh.
Are you a big iced tea guy?
David, I used to have a gallon of iced tea in my refrigerator at all times.
Sweetened or unsweetened?
Sweetened. There's no. First of all, I'm Southern. I don't cotton up to your unsweet tea.
You've seen me with my sweet.
I've seen what you do, and you are a complete mess. It looks like Katrina goes right by your glass. It's such a mess. No, I've always been a sweet tea.
Well,
listen,
I love sweet tea. I'm just trying to save some calories. That's all.
No, I understand, but I used to have it, and I haven't had it in I can't tell you how many years. I used to have. Listen, that's all I drank. But now,
I don't see you drink iced tea very much.
I don't drink anything but water anymore.
I know. You know what? Again,
and coffee.
But what did I say the other day? Nutrition Jesus. You never make you never make a mistake when you're eating.
Listen, I can't afford to buy new suits like everybody else. I have to keep the ones that I've got.
Josh,
I'd love to just pour tea all over.
When I'm speaking at Roger's funeral, say,
how do you know you're going for?
I don't know. I'm just presuming.
You're eating horribly. Maybe I'll be there.
I'm going to go. You know what? I take all these trips with Roger, and he never broke character. In Nutrition Jesus,
oh my God, you were going to burn
his protein bars. No. I mean, every meal I would try to go. Tommy Norman and I go into what was it?
We went into Dairy Queen.
What do you eat? Like a salad.
There's no
salad. Come on, man.
We're in St. Joe, Texas. There's nothing there except
Josh
Dairy
eats
Queen.
a salad at Dairy Queen.
And they happen to have a salad. I felt a little bad. They didn't have vinaigrette.
It's also, by the way, Josh, are you a tea guy or no tea guy?
My parents are tea people, but I am not. Well, my mom used to be, but my dad drinks unsweetened tea now.
Yeah, I never got to it. My grandmother, whenever we'd go to her house for Thanksgiving, she would have tea, but she would put, it was 1 gallon of tea, 1 5-pound bag of sugar. I could eat all of that I needed for a month.
Nothing better than sweet tea.
Sweet tea. But listen, if you know who has it right now? Now you can get it at the grocery stores. I know Family Market and Edwards. They probably have. What's the name of the brand?
Milo's.
McAllister's.
Mine is Milo's.
And McAllister's is a restaurant that last time I had any sweet tea, I would go there and get some of that.
Yeah.
When you've got a good sweet tea and chewable ice, I'm telling you right now, that's what they're serving. They're serving Sonic Rabbit Ice in heaven.
Ice. I need to drink more tea and less Diet Coke. Roger's also National Call Your Doctor Day. We're very fortunate that we know a lot of great doctors in this town. While I was playing golf yesterday, I'll mention who my group was. Young man, Sidney Parlee's brother, and he reminded me of you. He kept, every time he swing, he's got like a pulled rib or whatever.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, we're going to get you fixed. We're going to get you.
We're going to get that boy out of here.
That's right.
Okay. Anyway, no. So call your doctor. I've got a couple.
Yes.
Listen.
You got your phone. You got doctor's phone numbers in your phone.
Listen, I have Dr. Orsini's number. That is a major cardiologist.
Yes.
Dr. Paul Burton, who is the dental hygienist to the stars. Who else do I have in there?
I was going to say, too.
Dr. Pepper.
Speaking of playing golf, I'll mention that Chris Walker was our host yesterday at the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame. One of the best dudes on the planet.
Yeah, he is.
Fence Brokers and his sponsor, our Graffiti Forever.
Yeah.
Just a great guy.
He's a good dude. He's a great
I'll mention the rest of my team a little bit later. It's also National Egg Roll Day, too.
Oh, man.
Fantastic China. Nothing better than the old egg roll. Fantastic.
Dude,
I used to not even like egg rolls.
I didn't either. I didn't know anything about them. But then, my wife kept, telling me, you got to try these things. What an idiot I was for so many years.
Yeah.
I love a great egg roll.
Nothing like finishing off an egg roll while watching the news in bed at 10:30 at night.
I'm telling you right now, again, that's heaven, ain't it? Absolutely.
Hey, listen, we are sold out tonight for Sports Betting 101 for women. It is full. We thank all the ladies that signed up. It's going to be a fun night tonight. Josh, you're going to be there as well, right?
Yes.
Josh is going to be back in the back, Roger, going, I could present this better. No, that's not what it should be.
Sure. Yeah, he does
Why
that
would you
everywhere,
say
doesn't
that?
he?
That's
Because
you said that in confidence.
No, I'm just saying that because
you're critical.
You didn't say that. I'm saying that.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't say that. Yeah. I'm just saying because
and critical is not being negative. You're just critiquing.
You're the young gambling wonk.
That's not why. The reason
I
why
hear you critique my trivia all the time, I understand, which is okay. You can do it better. That's what I hear.
It's so good to be back with you guys.
Welcome home.
I will say this: Josh did a good job with Jack Allen of chasing down everybody who was in the media trying to keep up with the Razorback team doing that celebration.
Yeah.
I saw a new angle, Josh, for the team jumping in the Lake Norm.
Right.
It was from the hog pen looking back, and just watching that whole celebration is outstanding. Speaking of baseball, it was made official last night or yesterday afternoon. The Razorbacks will play LSU at 6 o'clock, which we all predicted yesterday.
Well, you
would
did.
happen.
I just went along with it.
Yeah, well, it's again looking at the darn bracket. It just the two best teams on paper and ranking wise, seeded wise. Yeah, by far. You look at the rest. So we've got Murray State and UCLA along with LSU on our side of the bracket. The other side of the bracket is Coastal Carolina, Arizona, Oregon State, and Louisville. So if you look at the Oakland Sports app, speaking of, Josh, we talked about it yesterday, the numbers are overwhelming that Arkansas and LSU are the two favorites. And so they should have reseeded this thing, and that's the way that I guess they do it in baseball. But 6 o'clock, it will have a monster audience on ESPN that night. So anyway, that was announced yesterday. And I didn't have a chance to read the article. Roger, you said that Dave Van Horn was talking about the difference in this team. They're a little bit more focused, you said? Maybe some of the other teams?
The thing that stood out to me in that article piece, and I'll find it, was that he said that the previous team, and I read it over a couple of times. I didn't see plural, where it said previous teams, that the other teams have not been focused. They were worried about what are they going to do here, what are they going to do there, but this team, he says, is focused. And he really wants that. So,
now that he's cried, they got to win the national championship. Now that he's cried, he got to.
And they want, he wants it for them. They want it for him. And peanut butter and chocolate make a Reese's.
I didn't get a chance to reshare our Cam Kozel yesterday, but if you missed Cam Kozel yesterday, man, go back and listen to it. He's so darn good. Josh, I mentioned, we're getting him next year again. Yeah. I mean, he just really is an outstanding young man. He's going to have 1,000 stories done on him and his dad being on the grounds crew there at the stadium and going back to the old stadium, too.
And in that same article, it talks about, and I love that it's Lake Norm. I love that.
Yeah, I do, too.
But in that same article, two of our other guys are mentioned in there, and that is Will McIntyre and Dylan Carter.
Yeah,
where it talks about, they said, dump it. We're dumping it on him and all that. We're going to do it. And it says they've combined 10 years, because they've been with the coach for so many years.
And I was thinking, Will McIntyre has been to one other World Series. We'll have him on tomorrow, right? He's been there. This will be the 6th year. The last one, the last World Series, 2022,
Correct.
Right? So that would be his other. So this is his second World Series. He called it Promised Land, which I think is which I think is outstanding. Last night, finally, you got a team that won in easy fashion. Florida beat Edmonton 6-1. They took a 2-1 lead in the Stanley Cup. Oklahoma City and Indiana don't play until Wednesday night. That series is tied at 1-1. Roger, we didn't get a chance to get to it yesterday. Sly Stone died yesterday at 82. Josh, two great songs that are sort of staples that for that particular band. Everyday People, Hot Fun in the Summertime. He had a distinct sound to him. And what's weird for us, Josh, is all these folks that we grew up in, that we were listening to in the 70s, are all dying off.
Yeah,
and,
it'll be like when you get our age and Taylor Swift dies. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm that old.
One of the topics this week, we'll see how much we get to it today and throughout the week, is best dads in movie history. A lot of different directions to go. You know who number one was on the list?
In movie history?
Yeah. It's not what you would think of. It's not what you would think of.
I'm trying to think of dads in movies.
Is it Bruce Willis, Armageddon?
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a really good one.
Is it the one with the pie?
That's in there. That's number 4. And what was his name? Oh, no. Let's see if you remember his name.
Kevin Spacey. I don't know the movie.
No, I'm talking about Armageddon. Do you remember Bruce Willis?
Oh, hell yeah.
What was his name?
Hit the button, Stamper.
Look at that.
Are you kidding me?
That's why.
Hashtag
he's a
hit
trained
the
actor.
button, Stamper.
I
Everybody
wouldn't even mind going back and making that one of our movies. That would be that. I haven't watched that one in so long.
And Josh, I need to get all the names. I'm stuck on a few of our names. I'll be hitting you up. Give me all the names. Text me when you can the movies we've seen, because we need to make a list of them. But we either look at Copland or White Lightning this week.
No, not Copland. It was
no, it's Copland.
I thought it was the
town.
The town.
Oh no. Josh just said Copland first. So you're going to do the town? Town's great. Jeff, are you
Josh,
seeing the town?
No. We said we're picking between Copland and the town this week.
Okay.
And so what are you doing?
I haven't seen Town. So Josh says Town. Do you agree Town's pretty good? That's,
Oh,
that's the one you always reference.
There's a great reference in there where it says, I need your help. You can't ask me anything about it.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But we're going to hurt some people. And the dude's response? Whose car we
Yeah,
taking?
it's so good.
I love it.
It's so.
Huh? We've got that clip. We'll play it.
If you just joined the show, we'll go ahead and take a break. We'll get Jeff Lamaster, who is the comm director for the Attorney General's office, to step in with us and give us a little detail. If you go to our webcams, it's probably the most beautiful shot that we've had in history at 12. Have we ever done a show this high before?
You mean physically?
Yeah, I was going to say, mark the tape.
Yeah.
Have we ever been up this high in a building?
I don't know.
Again, this building built in 1909, and if you go back and look, there are buggies, Roger, with horses on the street. There weren't cars here when this thing was built, and it's still standing just as solid as can be. You know, that's what.
Totally.
Yeah, and like I said, Roger, I got a chance to get a tour the other day, and it's really cool stuff.
Yeah, I dig it.
If you think always hear negative things about downtown, this is one of the neat things about downtown. You have some of these cool old structures.
Well, it was. I can't. Time flies. I can't believe it's already been a year when we started the Summer of Scoops. Was that a year ago?
I know.
And that's when. Is that right? But I mean, when the Attorney General came down and told us.
That's right.
We wanted
He
us to
did.
be in the
He
building.
talked about this. He
It
did.
just seems like yesterday that he's sitting there telling us about this. Now I know he mentioned it again when we were over at the Capitol,
Governor's Mansion,
or the mansion, excuse me. But I guess there was something going on, and they were renovating it then. So I mean, and it's done. It's done.
Also, too, got some really sad news yesterday. And I think we'll save that for when we come back. A guy that a lot of people know in this community that had a health issue at the Razorback game. We'll talk about that because he needs some prayers and thoughts. So do not go away. It is 6:30. Make sure and check out our cams today. Beautiful view here at a building that was saved for a better purpose. Bob R. Brooks Jr. Justice Building. Don't go away.
Justin and DJ are bringing the zone back to Lumber One on Colonel Glenn this Thursday. It's time to get to work on those summer projects. Get started at Lumber One with the zone on Thursday.
Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
The debate over Jefferson County's budget for 2025 continues. There were dueling meetings about it last night. County Judge Gerald Robinson called one meeting, but 8 justices of the peace staged a walkout to hold their own session. Those justices unanimously overruled the judge's veto of their budget. They say they passed a budget of more than $37 million at a legitimate quorum court meeting and that it will take effect in 10 days. Judge Robinson is questioning the legality of it and is seeking legal advice. An Arkansas company is expanding its footprint in the natural state. Conveyor Technology is adding over 100 new jobs to North Little Rock. The company distributes and repairs drum motors. Now it's opening the only manufacturing center of its kind in the U.S. It'll help create another hub of the technology industry in Arkansas. The $33 million investment is expected to bring in more than $50 million in projected revenue. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got mostly sunny conditions in the forecast for this Tuesday. Also feeling less humid, highs today into the low 90s. As we're going for tonight, mostly clear conditions, lows in the mid 60s. A repeat of this as we go in for your Wednesday, mostly sunny conditions, highs in the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Tickets are on sale now for Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, July 24th at the Hall, featuring Bobby Petrino and Taylon Green, plus former Hawks Casey Dick and Niall Davis, with dinner from Corky's. Get your tickets at LittleRockHall.com. Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and brought to you in part by Oakland Sports, the Gangster Museum and the Hattery of Hot Springs, First Trust Home Loans, AY Magazine, Arkansas Money and Politics, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and Connect Service Solutions. Special thanks to Corky's Ribs and Barbecue and Party Time Rental and Events.
Hey folks, this is David BAZZEL for Simmons Bank. What started as a hometown bank in Pine Bluff more than 120 years ago, Simmons Bank has expanded their footprint to more than 200 locations across the Mid-South. Simmons Bank offers comprehensive financial solutions delivered with a client-central approach. Last year, Simmons Bank was recognized by U.S. News & World Report as one of the best companies to work for in the South, and in 2023 by Forbes as one of the world's best banks. The Simmons Bank Championship presented by Stevens was named the best tournament on the PGA Tour champions by the golfers themselves. It's very rare that a first-year tournament wins an award from the players like the Simmons Bank Championship did. George Macris and his strong team at Simmons Bank can help you grow. Give them a shot and tell them Baz sent you. You can find all of their locations on the web at SimmonsBank.com. With more than $27 billion in total assets, Simmons Bank continues to grow. Join me and many others and make Simmons Bank your bank. SimmonsBank.com or check out a branch near you. One of the best banks in America located right here in Arkansas.
This is Justin Acree with some exciting news. UAMS Ortho Now is now open at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. If you have an orthopedic injury, sports, work, or anything else, walk in and get the best in orthopedic care. No appointment needed. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674.
I'm Kyler Sanson. Me being in the construction industry and having 2 young kids at home, health insurance is vital. I got a call saying that my plan was going to be canceled at the end of April. Got on the phone with Farm Bureau and I got in touch with an agent. Took me about 30 minutes, and then about 3 days later, I was approved. So with Farm Bureau Health Plans of Arkansas, I'm saving close to $300 a month. You cannot find this plan anywhere else. Get after it and get it.
Farm Bureau Health Plans of Arkansas. Trusted coverage, personalized plans, affordable premiums. Learn more at arfbhealthplans.com.
Hey, everybody, this is NFL Hall of Famer Dan Hampton, and I love hanging out with Baz and the boys on The Buzz. Tune in every morning so you can get the news just like I do.
I could sing that, Shane. But you know what? I don't think Chris Stapleton would appreciate it. I think he'd rather have Chainsaw on it.
I want Chainsaw.
Yeah. He's already got enough good voices on there.
Listen, his voice is Chainsaw.
Welcome back. It's 6:32. We're in downtown Little Rock. And if you haven't been to the webcam, check it out. An absolutely gorgeous view from the Bob R. Brooks Jr. Justice Building at Capitol and Main. Roger Spielberg has got the camera hanging out of the window facing west, showing the state capitol. And the guy who designed the state capitol at the same time in the early 1900s, 1909, 1907, was designing this building, which is the old Boyle building.
Now, did this guy also do the 1836 thing? Is that right or no? What is the connection? What am I thinking?
He did the state capitol. And I think what they did, they took some of the materials in 1836 off the old prison where they built the state capitol.
Stop right there. You know what? We're almost getting ready to get back into Grand Ole Opry. What part of the floor? Never mind.
Jeff Lamaster joins us, who is the communications director at the AG's office. Good morning, Jeff. How are you?
Good morning, guys. Doing well.
Jeff. Thanks for having us. Pretty cool day. You guys have been working on this for a long time.
Yes, sir, we have.
Yeah,
it's been a long time coming.
Today, 10 o'clock, you have the sort of the dedication press conference.
Yep, dedication and ribbon cutting for the building, honoring Bob R. Brooks Jr., the former chief deputy for the AG, and he passed away suddenly last year. We miss him dearly. His family's going to be here to help us dedicate the building, so we're real excited about it.
Matter of fact, Roger, the press, a lot of these press conferences, you'll see the Attorney General Rogers right down this hallway. This building, to me, is my favorite building downtown, just because it looks so spectacular. And to think of this thing was built in I can imagine in 1909 on my carriage. Well, honey, look at the ball.
You know what? He would have been Clark Gable. He would have been Rhett Butler. He would have been Bass Butler.
Think about this.
Running around with his carriage and Bonnie.
12 stories, and there was no elevator the first few years.
Correct.
I mean, think about that. And no air conditioning either.
That's right.
No air conditioning and no elevator.
Well, back in those days, then,
it was
I
cooler.
would think that if you were, we didn't have as much heat in the sun. Back in those days, if you the top guy stayed at the bottom of the
that's correct.
Has to be.
All the executives worked on the first couple of floors.
You bet.
And they put the slubs up at the top.
You got that right. Absolutely.
A couple things too. 6611037 is the text line if you want to be a part of it. I was looking here. I saw where it says Cane's has really good sweet tea. Slim Chicken peach tea is really good.
Okay, don't know about that. I've tried peach tea. I haven't tried, but I can imagine Slim's. Okay, cool.
And somebody said, who was the top movie dad? I'm not going to throw it out there yet. If somebody gets it, maybe we'll get
I got one for you. Can I throw one out there?
Yeah.
Denzel Washington in John
Doe. Yeah,
I've
seen that.
Absolutely, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it is, and so we'll be talking about that today. And what's Josh? You're going to die when you hear this. So Roger had no idea that he had a connection with Jeff Lamaster here, and so Jeff comes in and tells me Roger and I have a connection, and share the story that goes back a few years.
So a number of years ago, before Roger came over here on the Buzz at his last job, he's on a different radio station. I was the last guest.
Magic 105. Yeah.
Magic 105. I was the last guest that Roger ever had, and he had me on to talk about Oscar preview. I was writing film reviews for Sync Weekly,
which was was owned by the Democrat Gazette.
Yeah,
right.
And so I came on with Roger and Nathan Christian and Sharp Dunaway. They had me on to talk about movies. We had a good time. We put the headsets down. They close out the show, and a producer comes in and says, "Hey, the GM wants to meet with you guys." I walk out thinking nothing of it, and then I get told by a friend later, yeah, they all just lost their jobs.
Sure. How about that?
So I was the last guest that Roger ever had over there.
That is absolutely,
Yeah.
and you didn't even remember. I mean,
No.
how could you have? I mean,
it was one of those things. In Sync magazine, I remember seeing it. It's starting to come together with me now in the connection with Sync and all that, Jeff. And I said there was no. I made some good friends over there in that building. I made some really good friends, and I still have some of them. But aside from that, the people at that time were. It was a different time, and it's okay. By the grace of God, we're here now, and that had to happen to get here.
But what's crazy about that?
And I loved working with Sharp, and I loved working with Nathan Christian, who is. A smart guy and funny as well, and Sharp is talented.
But what's crazy is that Jeff remembered.
Absolutely.
He's known all this time that
I blacked out.
I was Roger's last guest.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything about the interview?
Back
then, listen, you weren't sober back then, right? Oh,
sure,
were you? Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just become, right? Almost right? That meant
Yeah, absolutely. What year do you say it was, Jeff?
2010 or 2011.
Okay. What could it have been? What could it have been?
3 or 4 years you've been sober.
It's been 18.
Yeah,
it's been 18 for
3 or 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you remember about the interview?
But I wasn't a jerk or anything.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Cool. See, he remembers that too.
He can do that. Time.
You know what? I sure can.
But the other times he can be just.
But anyway, stop it. Anyway,
what do you remember about the interview?
I remember debating. This would have been obviously several years past, but debating the crime that was Saving Private Ryan not winning Best Picture.
Sure.
Our current producer's not a fan of that.
Yeah,
That's not true. That's actually untrue.
Oh, I thought you said you did not like Saving
guys, we've been over this a million times. The last scene I don't like.
Oh, you don't like the last
scene? I love the film. The film's brilliant.
Which is the Academy Award-winning scene.
No, nobody's there to watch the old actor that nobody knows the name of cry. Nobody's not there for that.
I'm sorry. You know what? He tried to be a good man, but anyway, so it was between that one and
Shakespeare in Love.
Ridiculous.
That's dumb.
Ridiculous.
Is that the one with Owen Wilson?
No, it's the girl, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow and Joseph Fiennes.
Yeah, just are you kidding me? Let me think about that. That one over Saving Private Ryan.
Well,
are you kidding me?
What do you remember? What did we have some good reasoning behind or anything like that, Jeff? I mean, do you know why that happened? Because
the voters are idiots. That's why. That's ridiculous.
What an ensemble movie that Saving Private Ryan was.
Yeah, I have no idea. I think there were a lot of great war movies back in the 90s that came out, and I think there was just some fatigue over war movies coming out, and they wanted to give it to a more art
maybe.
film.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, and one of the cats that Arkansans that is going to be honored with the statue is part of that
I'm glad you brought that up, Roger.
War genre movies back in the day.
So that was Tim's idea. Tim has served in the National Guard for how many years now?
He was in the Army Reserve for 28 years. He's in the National Guard now, but he's been in the military for 29, 30 years. Yeah, huge.
So he came up with the idea, and Roger, you've watched Band of Brothers. I went on the Band of Brothers.
I actually haven't. My Zachary did, and Zachary loved it. Maybe my wife has, but I'm not sure.
I went on the Band of Brothers tour in Normandy.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, Jessica had seen it, and so Tim was aware that there was a Band of Brothers Arkansan.
Yep.
And so he thought that it would be a great idea. And he didn't die that long ago. I think it was 2003. Yeah. It was Sergeant Denver Bull Randleman, and he decided we're going to do a statue out front, right?
Denver Bull.
What did I say?
Well, it sounded like Bull.
Oh, yeah, Bull, yeah.
Bull, B-U-L-L, yeah. So Bull Randleman, he was, if anybody's seen Band of Brothers, he's the guy with the cigar. He gets stranded in a town and has to stash out in a barn after he gets shot. Real larger-than-life character, but was born in Arkansas, died in Arkansas, Tim had the idea of honoring him because he looked around. There's really nothing in Arkansas that notes his life and his service. Wow. So Tim is he's working on trying to raise support for putting in a statue in a big plaza with information right outside our building here, right on Capitol.
That's going to be. It's going to be like a 10-foot or 8-foot. It's going to be pretty.
It's going to be
life
big.
size.
So Kevin Cressy, who designed Johnny Cash, he's agreed to do the statue, and so Tim's been talking with him. It's going to be great.
That is going to be right here. And if you don't know where we're at, Samantha's restaurant is right over there.
Correct.
The old Channel 7 studio is right over
What is
there.
this we parked across the street from this technology place.
Yeah, Technology Park. That's right.
Yeah.
And Josh, if you remember, I know that you'll be able to remember this. It was where we played. Anchory wasn't there, of course.
Dodgeball.
You were on that. Josh was on the mic.
Yeah,
I was the MC.
You're the MC in that thing. But yeah, this is a great little area, and you've got the big mural on the side of the building over here.
Yeah, the big red wagon.
Red wagon. Yeah. So for those who appreciate downtown, this has been sitting there for 25 years. And it's all. That's why I always view. I hope somebody does something with it.
So it's been vacant for 25
years.
Over 25 years was vacant, and to be honest, it was probably, as the AG's talked about, it was probably headed toward the city and others having to make decisions about whether we keep it or not.
Yeah.
And so we're just thrilled that we were able to come in, renovate the building, save the taxpayers' dollars by owning the building, not renting eventually. And then having such an amazing, cool space.
Yeah, it's one of the things, and I love it. It's good for downtown. It saves the state, the taxpayer money from what their other arrangement was. And again, this is if you love downtown, this is one of the buildings. Again, it keeps activity. Yeah, that's right. And you go back and look at pictures of. I mean, there were literally horses drawing carriages.
Absolutely.
And you look up and you see this building. It was the tallest skyscraper by far at the time in 1909. And it's the designer, obviously, we talked about, also designed the state capitol. So he had a flair about him. And Josh, if you come down there and look up at it, you can't miss it. Roger, at some point during the break, you'll go up. At some point, you'll have sort of a little rooftop deal where you can sort of walk around and view. I suggested maybe a pool, but I don't think that will go over.
Maybe a hot tub.
It's funny,
we'll talk about it.
You came by with Scoops with Tim last year. And talked about this coming to pass.
Yeah.
And Roger, what they also did, they went back in the renovation and tried to find, like when you walk in the lobby there. If you look at those doors, those are the original elevator doors that came in what year? Do you know what year the elevators came in?
I don't know
Jeff,
exactly
listen,
what
I'm going to keep asking those questions to you. Do you have the answer?
I'm going to find out,
But if you look at them, Roger, they're that silver. I mean, it looks like 1930s or the 30s or 20s or 30s.
Yeah, it's very Gatsby.
Light fixtures, the same light fixtures, and so it's just
anything that they could keep, whether it be a ceiling, a tin ceiling, or any of those type of things. Those doors, any knobs or anything that you can. Anything ornate.
Yeah, we've preserved as much as we can of the building. A lot of the tile flooring is original, and the stairwells, the ironwork is original.
Cool. I mean, right. I mean, if you look at the camera, Roger's got the camera facing west. Imagine being back in 1909 and being this. Now, listen, there wasn't much around here at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see the state capitol, but a lot of these other buildings, obviously, were not here. Sure. Some of these old structures were at some point in the like the 1920s. And what's the big one over there that's got the? It's like the. I mean, the Donahue building, and of course, I was in the Tough Nut. Tough Nut came around, I think, in the 30s. I think, Roger, when they built that old warehouse. But anyway,
the Tough Nut reminds me of and that was Blue Jeans.
Yes,
that was Levi's and whatever was going on. Tough Nut reminds me of that movie. The Alien movie where that building is kept and everything else grows up around it. Yeah. I forget the name of that movie, but batteries not included or something. Whatever it is, I'll look it up.
We've got to take a break. Was that you who punched up Everyday People? Was that Josh? Yeah, good. Yes. The Everyday People was playing a minute ago, Roger, to play that because Sly Stone passed away. Right. Also was on this day 18 years ago, to me, if you appreciate movies and TV, one of the coolest TV episodes of all time, maybe one of the most debated, was played 2007 final episode of
The Sopranos.
Sopranos, Fade to Black, and obviously Don't Stop Believing. It just made that song become.
When was the end?
It was 18 years ago, 2007.
2007 was the last episode.
That was it, where it goes to black, and everybody remembers what's going on? What about TV? What's going on? No.
Do you think he died? Do you think he died?
And what was the song?
It was. I just
Don't
said.
Stop Believing.
Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you think he was shot, Josh, or no?
No, I think he lives.
Yeah, I think he does too. But brilliant. At the time, everybody goes, "That's the stupidest thing ever." Actually, it's not, because it makes you wonder. Gives you the right to come up with what the answer was. You think he was whacked?
Yeah. Listen, it was 20 years after it was over that let's see, would you say 27?
It was 2007.
07. Yeah. It was, Jiminy, it was almost 20 years that it was over before I watched it.
That's right. You watched it last year.
But I didn't watch it. It's been a couple of years.
What'd you think?
I like mob movies and all that, so I like that, and all the characters. I love it. It was one of those. It was. I don't know if it was the beginning of movies that really killed off some of the main characters.
Yes,
when you see
it was.
Like
That's
that.
why you watched it. You want to see who was going to get whacked.
Yeah, please don't kill this guy.
Yes.
Don't kill that guy needs to get whacked. But it was,
we had never seen a show like that.
Similar. No, and then what else happened? What was that? Period piece caveman little Peter Dinklage movie.
The dragon guy.
Didn't they do that a lot?
Yes.
Didn't they kill a lot of the same
Game
people?
of Thrones.
Thank you for the dragon guy, little guy, Peter Dinklage. It's Game of Thrones. That's why you're the movie guy too.
What did you say, Josh?
Did he say caveman period piece? Is that what he called it?
He did, yes.
Yeah.
Close.
Anytime you wear bear on your back,
Land of the Lost.
You know,
Land of the
the
Lost.
only,
It's at least a stack at you.
The only, and I never watched all that. The only scene though that haunts me, or that is that big gorilla guy that kills the star by crushing his face.
Oh, the mountain that rides.
The mountain man.
The Mountain and the Viper. That
You think he's winning, and then the woman screaming, he just crushes the guy's face.
I don't have to watch it now.
All right, do not go away. It is 6:46. We're at downtown Little Rock at the Bob R. Brooks Jr. Justice Building. Take a peek at the webcam if you haven't already. Don't go away.
Left out. You can't leave 'cause your heart is there, but you can't stay.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. American hero Harry Stewart Jr. served the cause of freedom as one of the Tuskegee Airmen. He flew 43 missions in 1944 and 45, taking on German Luftwaffe fighters. He was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross, cited for having gallantly engaged, fought, and defeated the enemy, with no regard for his personal safety. Stewart's life, which stretched out to 100 years, reminds us that heroes come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. You've got to try Double B's Bean to Cup coffee. You select your favorite roast, and the machine goes to work and makes it just the way you like it. Incredible. Double B's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go for coffee. That's Double B's.
This is Pat Bradley, and you've heard it before on The Buzz, how Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union is helping members step into the future with their summer auto loan special. Ultra low rates as low as 1.99%, 84 months financing, and no payments for 90 days. Offer valid on new, used, or refinance 23, 24, and 25 models. Deals like this don't last forever. Apply online at alcoacommunityfcu.org and drive into the future with Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union, serving 15 counties across central Arkansas.
Fellas, you thinking about starting TRT? That time is now at Low T Center. The consultation and test are free for a limited time only. Don't let Low T slow you down this summer, man. Get the energy you need at Low T Center. Book now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com. You can thank me later.
Most people think HR is pushing out payroll and filling out forms, but you know better. You're looking to shape culture, drive strategy, and truly lead people. And on June 24th, you can be seen and heard at the TPC Together Conference. Attend sessions to help grow and strengthen your organization and connect with a community that actually gets what you do. June 24th at the Oasis Hotel and Convention Center in Springfield. Space is limited, so register now for the HR event that's redefining what's possible. The TPC Together Conference.
Attention Arkansas homeowners. Bath Makeover of Arkansas started with 50, then 30. Now we've reached the final days. Looking for 20 homeowners to participate in our Spring Into Savings event and receive test market pricing on a beautiful new walk-in shower. Bath Makeover is looking to evaluate our exciting new product lines in real bathroom conditions, including our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall system. That's right, you'll be compensated for your time just to determine if our exquisite product lines are the right fit for your bathroom project. Final days, 20 homeowners who call 1-800-NEW-BATH will receive 50% off installation of a new walk-in shower. Ask about 0% interest financing, senior and military discounts, Receive a $200 Visa gift card with purchase and call 1-800-NEW-BATH now to receive a $25 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville have great rebates going on now for your pool with Pool Life and Bacquasil Pool Chemicals. They also carry Serona Spa Chemicals and Frog Systems. That's what I use in my spa. Live a life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa. Check them out online at luxurypoolarkansas.com.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse presents Match Game on Morning Mayhem. Listen for your chance to play their version of the classic TV game show. Brought to you by Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse, Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters for over 30 years. Call 501-568-0040 today or click online at arkansastruck.com.
This is Miss Arkansas 2023 Corey Keller, and you're listening to Morning Mayhem on 103.7 The Buzz.
Love it. Hey! It is 6:51 here at the newly renovated Bob R. Brooks Jr. Justice Building. It's going to be dedicated today at 10 o'clock.
And it was the Boyle Building before that.
Building. Hey, how about
Mr. Boyle?
He was a wealthy dude that came in after the building was built, I think, in about 6-7 years later. He was a wealthy businessman and bought the building. Correct. So funny, Wes Sutton, our good friend Wes Sutton, the famous Friday firm, one of the most famous law firms in the South, was in this building.
Oh, really?
And Wes said he remembers coming to this building.
Really?
And they had elevator attendants. Wow. He said,
this was the Friday law firm? Hillary Clinton and all that?
No, that's Rose.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Rose was right around the corner.
Did Friday die in a plane crash?
He did. And Friday from now moved from here to the Regents building in the 70s. So
is that right?
So this building was the biggest building for a long time, and that's why most of the high-profile businesses in the 40s, 50s, and 60s ended up coming over here. So,
okay, the Friday law firm.
Yeah, we'll have the dedication at 10 o'clock. Attorney General Tim Griffin will be up a little bit later. If you just joined the show, we'll have Rick Schaefer coming up shortly, brought to you by Edwards Food Giant. John Daly, brought to you by Moe's at 7:30. Tim Griffin will be here at 7:45. Terry Bradshaw calling in at 8:05. He wants to check in and promote his show.
What happened last time he was here?
I know, yeah, we'll have to ask you about that. He's got his big Branson show that we're going up to Sunday. If you want to give an interesting Father's Day gift, buy some tickets, go online to, I think it's the Cooper. We'll look at the name of the theater. You can find it there in Branson. And go up and check out his show on Sunday night. For sure. We'll also have Chuck Gatlin up here, brought to you by Hubbard Power Sports, promoting, and not here, rather, but promoting what's going on like tonight, Sports Betting 101 for Women, which is sold out. Yeah. Excited about that. And then we'll have Gabe Holmstrom, who is the executive director of the Downtown Little Rock Partnership. Now, Roger, I didn't need to say, I mentioned somebody had an issue at the stadium. So Ralph Bradbury, many people know him. He was a former Razorback baseball player in the 70s under Norm DeBrine and a successful businessman here and a big supporter of the community. I think he had a heart attack or some type of health event at the game. He was at the game Sunday in Fayetteville in like the 7th inning. And is not doing well. So Jason Birmingham, who's got Luxury Lawns and Greens, he was sort of that pack. There's a pack of guys that all hang out together, and he's good buddies with Ralph. And Ralph was a good friend of Tommy's and loved Tommy, and vice versa. But I hate to hear the news. So just say a little prayer for him and his family. Yeah. He's up in Fayetteville. They weren't even able to bring him back at this point. So anyway, just want to mention that. Also, too, I was at the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame yesterday, the golf tournament. Roger, I had like 2 good shots. And I was good out of the 9 holes that I played. And then all of a sudden I started swinging and my right knee started giving out. I said, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. Do you want to thank Chris Walker?
Have you ever completed the 18 holes of golf?
Yeah, back when I was a little healthier.
I don't. You're like me. I don't have the attention for it. I feel like you don't have that.
It does. And I had to come down here and set up yesterday. That's why I had to leave. But I do want to thank Chris Walker. What a giver to the community, Roger. He's a great guy. Sponsored a lot of our NIL stuff for the girls because he believes in girl sports. And Chris Walker, Johnny Rice played with us yesterday, who coached Moses Moody and all those great basketball players in North Little Rock. Perry Parr, who's Sidney Parr Lee's dad. He played with us, and his son Tyler. And then Dennis Whitlock. All those guys are great golfers. It's sort of, if I didn't have confidence in myself as a person, it could be a very difficult thing to go out there and get embarrassed.
I hate that.
Because they're so good and you're so bad.
That's terrible.
But you know what?
Listen, I've been playing for 40 years.
But you don't play. You don't commit to it.
I know. You and David Hendricks keeps telling me, Roger, you don't play enough.
That's right. That's right.
And I know there's got a lot to do with that. So then that just means that I don't do a lot of things enough. Well I'm not good at very many things.
I know Johnny Rice. I said this the last time that I don't know what he's doing, but he's of course he's retired from basketball now after winning all those state championships at North Little Rock. But he's playing a lot of golf. You can't play good golf, Roger, unless you play a lot.
That's true.
You got to play.
I'd like to play a lot. I'd like to play.
Yeah, but all those guys are good guys. I mean, are good players, and I give them credit. But me, Jeff, it wasn't a pretty sight. I finally I hit a pro shot about 110 yards, and it was about 10 feet from the pin. So I see, I can do that. I can do it. Yeah. I got the potential.
I know.
And then one of them probably put it into like 5, right?
Yeah, they did. That's exactly what they did.
David Hendricks, Kelly Greer, Steve Brown, they have seen me make tremendous shots.
Yeah.
And so I take solace in knowing that it's in me. I mean, tremendous shots. So I know that it's down there in me.
You just got to play more.
You know what I need? I got to play more. You know what? Why don't we play more? Because we're going to Branson.
By the way,
we can play in Branson.
Perry Parr, Sydney's dad, is the head coach of Sylvan Hills softball team. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. Listen, congrats to the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame, all the folks. I think Joe was out there yesterday. I never saw him. Saw Ron Calcagney. Keith Jackson was out there. So that was
Ron
Calcagney. We're asking this week best dads in the movies. And a couple of people mentioned Chevy Chase in Vacation. He is on the list.
Sure.
And so was somebody mentioned Adam Sandler. And so would that have been Daddy?
Big Daddy?
Would that have been Big Daddy?
All right, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
He was a daddy in Big Daddy, right?
Actually, Clark Griswold was number 2 in this list. I don't think anybody's going to get – what's that, Josh?
Who was one?
I hadn't mentioned it yet. We'll give a prize to anybody who gets it.
Can you give us a decade?
It's been in this century.
Oh, how about Gene Hackman in Wider with Kevin Costner? He played his dad.
He did.
Great dad.
He did.
Great dad. No,
He did.
no good.
No, it's not in the list.
That wouldn't be this century.
Great point.
Somebody mentioned what if I threw out this actor, his character's name, Cameron Poe.
Oh yeah,
Cameron Poe. What is it?
You ready? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Here it is. This is the greatest line from that movie. Put the bunny in the box. Put the bunny in the box.
That's Con Air, of course.
And sing right there.
Good job.
Nicolas Cage, Con Air. You know the movie?
I do.
You've seen him in the belly of the plane? Now close your eyes. Close your eyes. Listen to this. Put the bunny in the box. Nailed it.
Very nice. Don't go away. 7 o'clock.
Just give me a call. Don't stop me. I'm having a good time. Don't stop. Yes, I'm having a good time. I don't want to stop at all.
We're the original social media you don't need a smart device for. But we'll also meet you there, too. 103.7 The Buzz. KABZ, Little Rock.
This is Justin Acree with some exciting news. UAMS Ortho Now is now open at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. If you have an orthopedic injury, sports, work, or anything else, walk in and get the best in orthopedic care. No appointment needed. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674.
What's up, everyone? It's Christian Weaver for The Zone on Tuesday. The guys will be back in studio, and of course, we'll still be talking about Arkansas going to Omaha. We'll have Jordan Wicks on, thanks to Crane Buick GMC of Conway, to, of course, talk about baseball, basketball, football. Maybe he'll even get into tennis. Who knows? We'll have Pat Bradley on, thanks to River City Flooring. We'll talk about the NBA Finals with him. Eli Craner will come on with his reading recommendation. And then in the final hour, Susan Irwin Prowse will come on, thanks to Willie Dees for her Entertainer's Guide. It's all that and much more. Tuesday in The Zone, where sports and entertainment come crashing together.
1037 The Buzz.
You know how I am. You guys know how I am. I don't forget anything.
Crushing all the competition.
So you can take that to the bank.
Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
The debate over Jefferson County's budget for 2025 continues. There were dueling meetings about it last night. County Judge Gerald Robinson called one meeting, but 8 justices of the peace staged a walkout to hold their own session. Those justices unanimously overruled the judge's veto of their budget. They say they passed a budget of more than $37 million at a legitimate quorum court meeting and that it will take effect in 10 days. Judge Robinson is questioning the legality of it and is seeking legal advice. An Arkansas company is expanding its footprint in the natural state. Conveyor Technology is adding over 100 new jobs to North Little Rock. The company distributes and repairs drum motors. Now it's opening the only manufacturing center of its kind in the U.S. It'll help create another hub of the technology industry in Arkansas. The $33 million investment is expected to bring in more than $50 million in projected revenue. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Floyd's Seafood, Keel Avenue in Sherwood. It's crawfish season, and Floyd's has live Louisiana Cajun crawfish. Place your order by 2 p.m. Thursday for weekend boils. Floyd'sMeatandSeafood.com.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got mostly sunny conditions in the forecast for this Tuesday, also feeling less humid, highs today into the low 90s. As we're going for tonight, mostly clear conditions, lows in the mid-60s. A repeat of this as we go in for your Wednesday, mostly sunny conditions, highs in the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Edwards Food Giant presents Razorback Baseball color analyst and Drop Time Sports co-host Rick Schaefer every Tuesday morning on Morning Mayhem. Rick will share his special take on Razorback sports with the guys each week. Edwards Food Giant, the meat people, the only stop you'll ever have to make for your family's groceries.
Life isn't just about living, it's about living well. No one understands that better than Baptist Health. They support you on your wellness journey wherever it may lead. Baptist Health really is so much more than a healthcare provider. They're a true partner, helping you live your fullest, healthiest life. Baptist Health provides a range of essential screenings for vital areas such as your heart, prostate, and colon, coupled with comprehensive and personalized care. They utilize state-of-the-art robotic surgeries to ensure faster recoveries and significantly less pain for their patients. You can always rely on the care you receive at Baptist Health to be delivered with Christian compassion. It's no accident that they are recognized as Arkansas's most trusted and innovative healthcare system. Their commitment to excellence is evident in every aspect of their service. When you need a partner in wellness, visit Baptist-Health.com to find the care you deserve. Baptist Health is so much more than a healthcare provider. They're a true partner, helping you live your fullest, healthiest life. Visit Baptist-Health.com to find the care you deserve. Baptist Health, for you, for life.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Now, for a limited time, get 2.99% APR on the Hyundai Tucson. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end July 7th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
The leader in sportsbook apps in the state of Arkansas, Bet Saracen, has a club you might want to consider joining. It's the perfect offer for you if you like to play parlays. Head over to the Bet Saracen app, opt in, and get all the details on how to earn bonus cash with the Parlay Bonus Club. It's active through June, and it could be the key to stacks of sportsbook bonus cash. The Parlay Bonus Club on the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Allison Greenwood. I live in Pulaski County. I got a notice from my insurance carrier saying that my premium was going up to over $1,000 a month. My insurance agent called me and said, hey, Farm Bureau has a new product. I said, well, tell me more. In less than 24 hours, I was signed up with the Farm Bureau health plan, saving over $500 a month, and I was a happy girl.
Farm Bureau Health Plans of Arkansas. Learn more at arfbhealthplans.com.
Hello, folks. It's Frank Fletcher from Fletcher Dodge here in Sherwood. Our employee pricing program was such a big hit for May. We're going to do it again in June. We had a fantastic month and you really responded. Remember, employee pricing simply means you pay what we pay. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing. Folks, there's no gimmicks, no hoops. You pay what we pay. Only Fletcher Dodge has the discounts in addition to employee pricing of up to $14,000 and finance rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Got some other great deals. New Jeep Wranglers, $7,000 off. New Jeep Compasses for only $379 a month with no money down. Don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com and get pre-approved in minutes right on the internet. FletcherCredit.com. At Fletcher Dodge, we're always going to give you the best price and the lowest finance rates. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road or shop us online at FletcherDeals.com.
For every smile shared, for every adventure that sparks a lifetime of memories, for inspiring a love of nature that never ages, for conserving wonder for our world, for generations, for 100 years of memories made, and for the ones still to come. Join us as we celebrate 100 wild years at the Little Rock Zoo, where the past meets the future, for now and for the next 100 years.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
If I can change.
Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios.
And you can change.
Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
Everybody can change.
Here is David BAZZEL, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore.
Hi, it is 7:06. Go ahead, Jeff. You just joined the show. We're in a beautiful location. You need to go to the webcam. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and check it out. Roger's got the camera facing the state capitol.
Yeah.
The same gentleman who designed the state capitol finished this building, the Boyle building, back in 1909, and then he ends up working on the state capitol right after that. We're in the building which was formerly known as the Boyle building, now called the Bob R. Brooks Jr. Justice Building. We'll have the dedication today. The Attorney General will be with us shortly. We'll visit with Rick Schaefer here in a minute, as well as John Daly coming up. Also, Terry Bradshaw will be checking in with us at 8:05 to promote his show.
That'll be fun.
In Branson on Sunday. Yeah, Chuck Gatlin will be with us. Gabe Holstrom of the Downtown Little Rock Partnership. If you want to be a part of the show, 661-1037 is the number. We'll be right around the corner tonight, Roger, at Cash, Sports Betting 101 for Women. It's full. Can't take any more applications, and so thanks to Oaklawn Sports, it's going to be coming over. Zach, we'll be doing his demonstration along with Acre and us. We'll be there. Ebony, top to Miss Arkansas of. I should remember the. I'm just blank on it.
Of course, our new brother.
Ebony Mitchell. I'm sorry, not top. Ebony Mitchell.
Our new fiance of DJ.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Our new brother in Oaklawn, DJ Williams.
DJ,
that's
they're
right.
engaged.
He has this thing every Monday night.
What's that, Josh?
They're engaged.
No, not officially, but that's Roger saying that. But
well, I don't know.
They should be.
Listen, ring on the finger, time on her hands.
Nancy Holtz will be coming over as well, and so it'll be a fun time tonight. But thanks to Cash, thanks to Oaklawn Sports. Well, like we mentioned, Wayne Smith will be there tonight, and also AY Magazine and Amp Magazine for sponsoring that. As I mentioned, 661-1037 is the number if you want to be a part of the show. Speaking of DJ, apparently DJ was not as high on the celebration.
Well, did you see that?
Yeah, I did. He asked what he said. He just said it was a little over the top. As a Razorback player to celebrate like that.
Well, gentlemen, that was my segment. I'm not sure if you all heard it. That was the Josh Neighbors segment yesterday on the show.
Did you bring it up or did he bring it up?
That was the conversation that we were having about the celebration, whether it was over the top or not. And DJ said you have to have your eyes on the prize. And I actually, surprisingly, agreed with Justin Acree. He said, hey, it's the last game for that team in that stadium. You should be able to enjoy it. And also, only one team wins a championship, so you should be able to enjoy your accomplishments along the line, in my opinion.
Yeah, that is, as Dave Van Horn said, that is a championship in it to a certain degree. It is a getting to the World Series is almost a championship in itself.
All right, so you talked to DJ?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I'm just saying that. Yeah, I'm just
well,
saying.
And just going by the D3 Auto Sales text line, the person that said that, I mean, I backed up because we've had some guys that just like to stir the pot a little bit.
He confirmed it. Josh did, so that's what he said.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. Yeah. I didn't know.
Also, I want to thank Jeff Lamaster, as comm director here at the Office of the Attorney General. Thank you so much, Jeff, for hanging out.
Yeah.
Go to the webcam and check it out. Let's check in with Rick Schaefer if we can here and get Rick's opinion on that celebration.
Listen, mister.
Rick Schaefer on Morning Mayhem is brought to you by Edwards Food Giant. Edwards Food Giant, the meat people. The only stop you'll ever need to make your family's grocery needs.
Good morning, Rick.
Good morning, Roger. Good morning, David. Hope y'all are having a wonderful morning.
Good morning, Rick. We are, man.
We are. It's a beautiful, beautiful view up here. Again, this building was, Rick, in 1909. You can go back and look at the pictures in 1909 and see horses and carriages and a cable car. No cars back then. And this building looks exactly like it did then. And, of course, it's been renovated now. So we're really blessed to be up on the 12th floor and look around from up here for sure.
And in 1909, the Pirates beat the Tigers in the World Series. Hannes Wagner was playing for the Pirates and Ty Cobb for the Tigers. How about that?
Nice.
That is Rick Schaefer.
Nice.
He just knocked Hey, the X Velo on that, exit Velo, 110 on that.
Yeah, it was
smoking.
Smoking.
Back then, they didn't keep – if your ball got dirty, they didn't throw it out. They might play a Major League Baseball game of 5 or 6 baseballs.
Yeah.
And so they weren't hitting it all over the park. And, there were years – there was a guy named Home Run Baker. He was called Home Run Baker, Frank Baker. I think he led the American League in home runs in one year with 11. So
yeah, different game back then.
Different game.
Well, Rick, you heard us talking about that.
Yeah, celebration.
Yeah.
Okay. Every day we talk about sports on the radio. Every day somebody calls and complains about something. Oh, they never do this. They never do that.
Right.
3 or 4 weeks ago on our show, I don't know how it was on yours. Oh, the Razorbacks peaked early. They're not any good. All this kind of stuff. They just won the Super Regional. They just beat one of their biggest rivals.
Right.
They've had amazing crowds all year. And guess what? Those people that were in the concourse high-fiving the Razorbacks don't give one flip about what somebody thinks, whether that was a celebration or shouldn't have been done or not. There was pure joy in that concourse. I happened to be there, had 2 of our grandkids with me. They thought it was fabulous.
Yeah.
The team thought it was fabulous. Why do we get into this? We're paying them too much. We shouldn't be. You know what? Those guys behaved like kids, like we want them to behave, not like professionals who, did that.
Yeah,
but they didn't. They didn't steamroll each other on the field like teams do all the time.
Yeah, did not.
They should be. They do believe what's next is next. But how would you like to be a player from Hawaii? 2 players from Hawaii who came to Arkansas. That when they do something well, they wave Hawaii state flags. They play music for them. And so finally, here's how he could say, "I'm giving back. We're going to go thank these fans." Now, I do not know why we have to be critical of these guys all the time. If you want to be critical because they're paid too much, I get it. I get it, and I've made that argument. But for celebrating like kids, you're going to be critical of that?
Well, I do think too the point you bring out. What's crazy was Vahiva Aloy, probably the most shy guy there on the team.
Yeah.
He's the one who takes off with the trophy. Of course, for Cam Kozel, that's all he needed to see Vahiva go up there, and he was after him. And you're right. The fact that they went through the crowd to do that. This crowd has been great all year. They come to a lot of games, and I thought it was unique, and it is a championship in a sense. They did not dogpile on the field like you normally do, and they saved it for the fans. So I don't have a problem with it. I thought it was something unique. Matter of fact, Raj, I showed Cam Kozel yesterday when we had him on the show. I sent him the picture of the Democrat Gazette with him holding up the trophy from the Hog Pit going back. He'd like to have a copy of that, so I'm going to work on getting that. So it was a moment. It was a cool thing for those guys. They'll never forget. Will McIntyre, that's his last game there after a 6-year career. So
it'll be something for those fans to
That's right.
That's exactly right. The people that don't think it was appropriate weren't there.
Yeah,
let's just say they weren't there.
But
they weren't there.
I guarantee you, I'd say guarantee anything's possible. There was nobody in the stands that they went by that said, "I can't believe you're doing this. Take it back down."
That's exactly right.
No one.
And here's the other thing, and this is where, I just, we're so critical of people so often, and I've shared this before. You know what a fan is?
Yes,
a
fanatic.
A fan is someone who expects someone to do what they can't do, but do it even better. They can't do. People in the stands can't do what those guys do. The athleticism we see. Did you see the catch?
Yes.
That Clark of Oakland made last night.
Oh no! I thought yeah.
Now
my
I
God,
gotta
Rick,
tell you,
that was crazy.
Then go to YouTube because I have seen. You know how I hate the word unbelievable.
Say it.
Because guys jump over the wall, make catches. That was probably the greatest catch I have ever seen in baseball.
Wow. Who did it?
And
what was his name?
His name is Clark. He's a rookie outfielder for Oakland. He did it, I think it was against the Angels. You have to look at it.
I got it.
That may be the greatest catch I have ever seen. And I've seen a lot of great catches.
Yes.
And I've seen a lot of great plays. So when he came down, should he have just casually flipped the ball back in? When he came down, I'm guessing his teammates were almost in awe of the catch that he made. So when these guys do something superlative, we ought to. That's what athletics is all about, and it ought to be fun.
Well,
but my point was going to be, now if Arkansas doesn't win the national championship, well, Dave Van Horn failed again. Are you kidding me? He's going to get there for the 8th time. He's taken Arkansas. Norm DeBryan, it was a great coach, did a great job. Dave has taken this program to a higher level in a day and age when it's harder to do. He's put together a team. These guys really like each other. It's not about how much money they're making. They get along. It's a great team. I hope they win at Omaha. I hope they win the national championship. But if they don't, it does not diminish what they've accomplished this year. Not one bit.
And I'm watching Denzel. Oh my gosh, Denzel Clark almost goes over the top of the wall.
Yeah.
Basically, half of his body's hanging over the center field fence. Now, listen. By the way, too, I do get what DJ's saying. I get it. I understand.
What is he saying?
He just, your mission's not over. You shouldn't have that kind of celebration to where you're jumping in a lake and all those kind of things. I get where he's coming from.
Let me ask you this. Let me stop right here. DJ Williams is a great football player, and I have great respect for him, and I like DJ. He's a good guy. I don't know what his biggest win. I don't know what his biggest win at Arkansas was. Was it for the national championship?
No.
Did they celebrate? In 2021, when Arkansas beat Texas, was that for the national championship? No. But fans ran all over the field, and the players were mixed in with them and everything else. That was a regular season game. And it was great, and people loved it. Hogs Plus started with that.
I know, listen, but
why can't we celebrate? Okay, it's not over yet, but if you've got fans running over the field, remember when Arkansas snapped its, what did they lose, 16 conference games in a row? And they finally beat either LSU or Ole Miss. I can't remember which one came first at Razorback Stadium. Fans stormed the field for a regular season win because they hadn't won a game in so many years.
This
is that not okay?
Example. One of our faithful listeners, Amber, makes a point. No different than in basketball when teams celebrate making it to the Final Four and winning their regional, they cut down the nets. So that's a good example of it. But I get what DJ is saying. I get what he's saying.
Because he's an athlete, and and just like you get that because you're an athlete, and you know there's something ahead.
That's right. Yeah, that's it.
But you're not the ones paying to sit in those seats, and you're not the ones that have responded to that. Yeah, but I get it, and I respect that. And people can disagree, and it's okay. And I love DJ whether we agree or not. But I think it was very appropriate. I thought it was great.
Do want to thank Edwards Food Giant for sponsoring Rick each week. What do you think about looking at the bracket? The two best teams in this World Series are Arkansas and LSU. You look at the Oaklawn Sports app, they're by far, Rogers, not even close, the favorites to win this thing. What about reseeding the World Series once you get to the World Series instead of almost what we saw in the playoffs in football last year? You got the two best teams, having to play in game one.
Well, I don't know how you're going to do it because, first of all, there were 13 teams in the SEC in the NCAA tournament.
Right.
Nobody could have dreamed that there would have only been 2 left.
2, I know.
And playing each other. You had to see people across, just like this last weekend's regional. The two best teams playing each other were Arkansas and Tennessee.
Yep.
Well, Tennessee was seeded 14th, and who'd have dreamed? But you could see that coming because of where they were playing and everything. So it just works out that way. I hate it. That means only one team from the SEC can play for the NCAA championship, and that's if you can beat UCLA or Murray State. You better watch out for Murray State. They're pretty good. And on the other side, they better watch out for Coastal Carolina because they're pretty good too. but it does make it a wide open College World Series. And again, just because somebody's favored doesn't mean they're going to win. I think still the biggest shock to me was Vanderbilt getting beat. They were really, really good. I thought Texas was good but not great. I thought Auburn was overrated all year. I was surprised Ole Miss lost at home. But here's where we are, and Arkansas has to play LSU, and it's going to come down to they just beat the SEC Pitcher of the Year. Well, the guy they're going to face Saturday could have been the SEC Pitcher of the Year. And when you look at the Major League Draft, those two pitchers are ranked 2 and 3 as far as going in the draft. So it's going to be another major task, and Zach Root's going to have to pitch the game of his life again.
I did want to mention a couple of comments from our D3 Auto Sales text line. Amen, Brother Rick. I was there in the hog pen celebrating with the players, and I loved it. Showed their passion for the team, fans, and university. Here's another one. I thought it was an awesome class of display of celebration. Made me tear up watching from home. It was amazing to see the team. Thank you, fans, and almost say to the fans, you won this too. The other great story, too, Rick, is the fact that we have him on each week, thanks to Ortho Arkansas, Cam Koziel. How crazy is it that his dad has been on the ground crew all the way back to Rosenblatt Stadium, now Schwab Stadium, and he gets to go back, and his dad is actually, I mean, how many stories will be done on that in the next 5 days getting ready for the World Series this weekend?
I'll bet there won't be a pebble anywhere close to second base. Where he's out there playing. It'll be the smoothest infield ever. No,
that's right.
Sports brings you some of the greatest stories, and that's another reason. And here's why. I mean, Hogs Plus is nice. We'll go back to the days again when newspapers were covering Razorback athletes and could tell their stories and all that. There are so many great stories in sports, and so many of them untold now. I'm glad that one's being told, and that's got to be a great moment for him.
Yeah, it really is. Of course, everybody tries to find the angles. Listen, the fact that Murray State, is in the, of course, Coastal Carolina, they're a legit
they've
program.
Won.
Yeah, they've won before. Yeah, but the Murray State story is great. I love the fact that you've got, different kind of teams. But watching that game last night, I'm going to tell you, watching Duke and Murray State, maybe it's the bias. I have the SEC bias. Just the eye test, man. They just don't look like
LSU
bottom, Arkansas.
Bottom half.
Bottom
half.
They watch them beat us,
Yeah.
Probably end up happening.
They might, because that's the thing about baseball that football doesn't have. If it's for a championship, Murray State in football would have no chance against Arkansas or Alabama or anybody else if they were that caliber. In baseball, you do. If you've got a pitcher or two. Now, Murray State's pitching is just so-so, but evidently their offense is tremendous. So, therefore, you think if Arkansas, let's say they play each other in the second game and all of a sudden they see Gage Wood, they may not be quite so potent as they are at this point because they maybe haven't seen pitching like that. I guarantee you Duke doesn't have Arkansas's pitching staff.
No. Last thing before we let you go, I do want to thank Edwards Food Giant again for sponsoring Rick. It's Father's Day this Sunday. Any memories that you can share about your pops or any thoughts about your dad, Rick?
Well, early in my life, my dad was really good to me. Later, it wasn't so good. But I guess my best memory, it's funny, I was playing catch with one of our grandsons in the backyard last night. And I said, the first time a baseball was ever thrown to me, I was 8 years old. I was going to a tryout for a baseball team, and I'd thrown the ball in the air, but I'm not sure I'd even played catch before. And my dad, who played semi-pro baseball and could throw the ball pretty hard, says, well, let's play catch to warm up. And so I put my left hand to the left of my face, my right hand to the right of my face, and he threw the ball and hit me right in the face. So that's I don't know if that's a very good memory, but it's amazing. And I never had much ability. By the time I was in the 9th grade, I couldn't hit the pitching, and so that's when I gave up playing baseball. But I didn't quit. I think about that. He hit me in the face with the first ball ever thrown to me, but they got a towel. They wiped the blood off my face, and I went out and tried out for the team, and because I was so slow and so awful, I played right field. That's where the worst player always played when you're 8 years old.
Good Lord.
Anyway, so that's a memory that I have.
Not an uplifting, quite the uplifting feel-good story there.
Hey, it's okay. Hey, life was better after that. That's been a few years ago, and I heard you all talking about dads. Look, the greatest scene of any movie ever is
Field
when
of Dreams.
Kevin Costner
Yeah,
plays
Field of
catch
Dreams.
with his dad in Field of Dreams.
I knew you were
and
gonna say
and
that.
it's really funny. I was reading something where it said women cry at any movie, can cry at any movie. Men are only permitted to cry at the end of Field of Dreams. And it's true, and it's hilarious. I got to tell you, my wife, she makes fun of me for some other things sometimes too, and we have a great relationship, and we can joke back and forth. But any time, and I've probably watched Field of Dreams at least 20 times, and anytime we watch it, we always watch it right before baseball season starts. And boy, when they start playing catch, she looks at me and she's looking to see if my eyes are wet. And sure enough, they are. I can't get over it every time. Every time.
Do you agree with the how they say it? Because I've heard Acree lose his mind on have a catch.
Look, do you agree with Joe Jackson batting right-handed in that movie? I mean, it's okay.
Look at Rick. Rick just
it's all right.
Those dives. Let me just tell you, I'm going to take it another level. What a farce! What a farce of a movie.
Yeah, but there was no celebrating in it.
No celebrating in it. Hey, Rick, great stuff, buddy.
There's no celebrating, but look how much the game means. Because James Earl Jones, the 2 minutes that he talks about baseball, again, if you're a baseball fan, that'll get you all emotional. But while he's speaking, they're showing the ghosts, the baseball players, and how they're staring and looking forward. And that tells you, that may not be celebration, but that is, this means so much to us to be here. And again, athletics, that's what it's all about.
No, I know, Rick,
And the other thing, think what people paid to sit in the stands for that game. Think, if you're sitting behind home plate where those people came up, you got to pay $10,000 for the rights to the seats.
Yeah.
So you're not going to come thank those people for that?
Yeah, I thought it was a really cool deal. And even better, how about this? If they win the thing, how cool will it look looking back at that celebration if that ends up being the case? Of course,
you know what? Now, if they get wind of this and something like that, they win it all. They go through the stands in Omaha where their fans are.
Yeah.
And then who's going to argue that?
Can you imagine, Rick, what the atmosphere is going to be like Saturday night with that stadium
Oh my gosh!
full of LSU and Arkansas fans? Oh my gosh!
It'll be more LSU fans buy tickets for if the team's there or not. So there's going to be a lot of LSU fans. Arkansas will be outnumbered.
Hot call will be loud, though. It will be loud.
Yes, it will. It'll be great. Saturday night at 6 o'clock. That'll be wonderful. And we
time.
get a whole week of anticipation.
Yeah, I know.
Can we enjoy the anticipation instead of saying they should have done this and they should have done that?
Yes, preach,
right?
Rick, preach. All right, buddy. Have a great day, man. Thank you.
Okay,
Have a
you
great
too,
day.
David,
See you,
Roger.
Rick.
See y'all.
All right, do not go away. We'll have John Daly coming up next, brought to you by Moe's, and we'll visit with the Attorney General, Tim Griffin, 7:45 as they get ready to dedicate this grand old building. Check it out online or Google it if you want to know the history of this building. It used to be called the Boyle Building, now the Bob R. Brooks Jr. Justice Building. Don't go away.
Listen for Champs and Chumps on Fridays during The Zone. Brought to you by Washita Bar and Grill on Central Avenue in Hot Springs and BKC Home Builders, building premier homes in Hot Springs.
This is Sports Center.
It was all about lucky number 4 yesterday in college baseball. Murray State became the 4th number 4 seed of all time to make the College World Series as they beat the Duke Blue Devils 5-4. Now the College World Series field is set on Friday at 1 o'clock. It'll be Arizona and Coastal Carolina, and then Louisville takes on Oregon State at 6 p.m. Both those games can be seen on ESPN. On Saturday, it'll be the aforementioned Murray State Racers taking on UCLA at 1 o'clock, and then the nightcap in prime time, LSU and Arkansas at 6 o'clock on ESPN, and obviously you can catch it right here on 103.7 The Buzz. And the Stanley Cup final last night, it was the Panthers thrashing the Oilers 6-1. Florida has a 2-1 lead over Edmonton. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got mostly sunny conditions in the forecast for this Tuesday, also feeling less humid, highs today into the low 90s. As we go in for tonight, mostly clear conditions, lows in the mid-60s. A repeat of this as we go in for your Wednesday, mostly sunny conditions, highs in the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
The Rock City Margarita Festival, presented by Oaklawn Hot Springs, is back and happening July 19th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the State House Convention Center in downtown Little Rock. Your ticket includes a tasting cup and margarita samples from some of the best bars and restaurants in the city. Get your tickets now at Stubbs.net. Come sip, sample, and celebrate summer at the most refreshing event of the season. The Rock City Margarita Festival, presented by Oaklawn Hot Springs and brought to you in part by Tito's Handmade Vodka.
Hey, Wilson, why the long face?
Man, I just got a new car.
But that's great news.
Man, I'm not crazy about the interest rate, though, Raj.
Wilson, listen to me. Go to Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union and take advantage of their summer auto loan special. Rates as low as 1.99% on 23, 24, and 25-year models, plus financing up to 84 months and no payments for 90 days.
But if I live in Little Rock, am I eligible?
Do you not even listen to our show?
I try.
If you live, work, or worship in 15 Central Arkansas counties, you're eligible to take advantage of everything Alcoa Community FCU has to offer.
Okay, so if I live in Little Rock, I'm eligible, right? How about if I work in Conway, live in Lone Oak, worship in Clinton, and attend school in Arkadelphia?
Now you're screwing with me. It's all good, my man. Alcoa is all over Central Arkansas. So go to alcoacommunityfcu.org, check your eligibility, and then take advantage of their summer auto loan special with rates as low as 1.99%. I've just changed your life. What else can I do for you?
You're going to help move furniture this weekend, right?
Get out of my office.
Fellas, are you and your spouse looking to lose weight in time for summer? Head on over to Low T Center for prescription weight loss treatment options, including semaglutide. If you qualify for treatment, you can get a free B12 shot when you start. Offer limited. Book now at fixmylowt.com.
Injured? There's only one number you need to know. 888-8888.
At Rainwater Holton Sexton, no case is too big and no insurance company too strong.
Just dial 888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Wes Moore. The Diamond Hogs are headed to Omaha, and coming up Tuesday on Out of Bounds, we'll talk about the matchup against LSU and take a look at the entire field headed to Omaha. Plus, we'll talk a little NBA and Razorback raffle with Coach Z. Matt Zimmerman will join us. Big show coming up Tuesday. Be sure to join us. We'll be here from 1 to 4 for Out of Bounds.
This is Darren McFadden. I listen to Baz, Justin, and Rod because they got their wood. Enjoy Mayhem on 103.7 The Buzz.
All right, it is 7:31. We are glad you're with us. We're here at the Bob R. Brooks Jr. Justice Building that will be dedicated today at 10 o'clock by the Attorney General, Tim Griffin, who'll be here with us shortly. Beautiful building downtown. Google it, check it out. 1909. This sucker was built before the state capitol was done, and it's still as majestic as it was back then, but even better now with all the renovations. $35 million, I think, in renovations, and in the long run, it will save the taxpayer money, Jeff, as we mentioned earlier. But check it out. It's 12 stories tall, and it's really a beautiful building. Those who love downtown, in any city, you got to appreciate when you take a building like this that's so majestic. It was built when they had, horses and trains with cable cars and all that kind of trolleys. And
Milk, man, oh my gosh. Walt Coleman was probably maybe just a little teenager when this is going on, and he's delivering milk in one of those horse-drawn carriages, in the canisters with the paper top on them.
We're talking about the best dads in movie history too. Somebody said the dad from Step Brothers. He's I don't know if you call him a best dad. He's a funny dad. He would get so mad at Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Yeah. Somebody said you mentioned Roger Denzel and John Q. Somebody said here, what about Kevin Costner in Yellowstone?
I was a very good dad. I even took in Rip and made him a boy of mine because the other bastard son was just that, a bastard.
Somebody said this is so
But
funny.
I loved him.
Somebody said this. What was the launch angle of the ball that hit Rick in the face? How about Rick shared a little personal stuff with us
listen,
there.
that's two people to promise. Rick shared a story about his dad that he said it hadn't changed. Mine, and then Governor Hutchinson saying, his dad, he was not a hugger.
And obviously, and chewed gum. Governor Hutchinson must have gotten in trouble for chewing gum from his dad because he didn't like a gum chewer.
But isn't that sad to hear Rick have to say? My family, my relationship with my dad was not good there at the end, but he remembers getting hit in the face with his first ball.
Well, you know what? I remember my dad. Rest in peace. My dad passed away 25 years ago yesterday.
25 years?
25 years.
Wow.
Long time. But you know what? There was it was a different time. I don't know if Rick's dad. He said it was a ball player. Maybe there was some frustration there.
We never heard that before.
Never heard that.
661-1037 is the number if you want to be a part of the show. I do want to thank my team yesterday at the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame golf tournament. Chris Walker is the guy who always is giving back from Finch Brokers. What a great dude that is. Coach Johnny Rice, Coach Perry Parr, his son Tyler Parr, and Dennis Whitlock. Great group of guys. Thanks to everybody who came out there and played and supported the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame. Really a good deal. Tonight game, we've got Sports Betting 101 for women. We'll be pushing out social media. Dwayne Duncan will be there taking pictures. Yeah. All the ladies, some of the ladies from your Boudreaux Trivia
the single
will be there. Yeah.
Do you know the names?
Melanie. I know
Melanie.
Yeah, and she's got her crew coming, I think.
Right. So you tell me the Cluckers are coming?
I think the Cluckers are coming.
So, again, no Boudreaux's Trivia tonight.
That's right.
Because we will be there at Cachet.
Do want to thank Oakland Sports. All the Oakland team is coming over. Zach and Nancy and Wayne and even Dylan's coming over, so look forward to seeing them. I do want to thank Cash Restaurant and then, of course, Heather Baker with AY and that magazine. Don't forget Countdown to Kickoff. Tickets still available for that. Bobby Petrino, Taylor Green, Niall Davis, and Casey Dick. So go to littlerockhall.com for tickets, or you just go to the Buzz website. Do want to thank Frank Fletcher Chrysler Dodge Jeep for being our presenting sponsor at this point. A lot of other sponsors: Oakland Sports, Connect Service Solutions, First Trust Home Loans, the Gangster Museum of America, and Tito's Handmade Vodka. We appreciate them. Also, too, we hadn't mentioned downstairs. You guys are going to have like a world-class restaurant. Yeah. Jennifer Mon, who we've had on the show before, Roger, with through Heather. She was runner-up in the
Top Chef.
Top Chef. Yeah. Now, Roger, I want you to listen to this and tell me if you will be eating lunch here.
All right.
Restaurant Fleur is scheduled to open January, 2026. Said is a refined French-American lunch and dinner concept offering gastronomic cuisine rooted in classical technique and seasonal locally sourced ingredients. Guests can expect soulful, elevated cooking that merges French elegance with Southern hospitality and cultural richness. That pretty much says Roger and David should not go and eat lunch there. We need to go to the Subway. We need to go to the Subway around the corner.
Do they have ketchup?
we can ask.
As long as we have that.
You guys, grab a headset there, Tim. Now, there also is going to be maybe a speakeasy, if you will, down below. Is that right?
I think that's in the plans.
Can't comment on that?
Can't comment for sure.
Oops, sorry about that, Tim. Maybe you left the cat out of the bag. Put that mic up there real quick.
No, it was just loud. No, we can talk about that. So she's going to do all kinds of
That's not working there.
I don't know where.
Let me see here. He's on 4. Let me check it real quick.
Test.
Hold on. Let's see here. Let's get to this thing. Let's try that. Try that. Yep. Pull that mic real close to you.
Got it?
Yeah.
Jeff, you're fine.
Yeah. How you doing, buddy? Good morning.
Doing great. Jennifer's got all kind of stuff planned.
Yeah, we were
Give me that
hard to believe, Tim, that you came by Scoops last year talking about this place. And we're here a year later doing the dedication today.
It's amazing. I was just looking through a bunch of the old text. So before I even took office in the summer of 22, my chief deputy, for whom the building will be named today, Bob Brooks, he was talking about it in August of 22, just what we could do differently and all that sort of thing. And look, the big worry for me is that a lot of people had talked about moving into something different for the AG's office. I mean, look, you wouldn't rent the state capitol, you wouldn't rent the governor's mansion, you wouldn't rent the governor's office, you shouldn't rent the AG's office, a permanent office. You wouldn't rent a home for 35 years. So a lot of people have been talking about it, but when you actually say, okay, we're going to move my office, the thing you're concerned about is, are the people going to get over here and go, dang, Griffin led us on this journey, and we don't. It's not what he said, it's not as nice or.
Well, you're past that point now, though.
Everybody loves it.
Yeah, this is spectacular.
And we've what you got to emphasize is where people work influences whether they want to be there or not, and how they interact with each other. And we don't allow anybody to work remotely at all.
Right.
Because we were trying to build a culture here.
Right.
And so if you're going to demand people be at the office, you want them to be at a place where they can enjoy getting their work done.
And this is a historic place. Our buddy Wes Sutton, whose dad was Buddy Sutton, Tim, buddy, said that it was Mahaffey Smith Williams back then, before Friday Eldridge and Clark was added to it. They were in this building, and then French Hill's dad worked in this building before they had an elevator. This is what you said.
I think his grandfather worked here.
Before they had an elevator back in this thing. Can you imagine being in this thing?
They were aerobically fit back then.
Ain't no air conditioning, and no elevator.
Yeah, it was sort of like SEALs training. I'm going to work on the 11th floor.
I used to live in the Tough Nut over there, which was a cool old too. I was the first guy down there living, really, for the most part. And I would look up and I'd see this building and say, man, that is such a gorgeous building. Same guy who designed the state capitol right behind us.
George Richard Mann. Yeah. He designed the building that
Samantha's is in. That's
and
right.
Also the East Elm.
Oh, is that the Gazette?
The Gazette building.
He did the Gazette building too.
If it's a really good-looking classical architecture, that's him.
Roger, I go to you. But what else was done in the Gazette building? In addition to, he said he just designed it.
Was it salacious?
Sort of.
Arguably.
So the Arkansas Gazette used to be there for many years, but there was a moment in time in politics that something had to be that building was used for.
The early 90s.
Big, national.
And a lot of it was documented.
Documented. If you go to,
no, I'm thinking MacArthur. No.
Bill Clinton.
That was going to be my second choice.
The War Room, the documentary with George Stephanopoulos carved.
Oh, that's where that was?
That was the headquarters.
Oh, okay.
And so Mann did that one too.
Yep.
If you look at the outside of that one, it's spectacular. And then of course we added the penthouse. Of course, I always thought if I could ever buy this thing, I want the top floor. Yeah. And again, there's some other.
You finally made it here.
I did. And then the other part of it too, I love the fact what you're doing. You're a military guy yourself. And you wanted to do, and I don't even remember the story how you got to want to do.
Yeah. So what was going to happen when we looked at this? We were like, I've been to Normandy 4 times over the years. Really big on Band of Brothers and World War II history and all that. And I was digging around and I said, wait a minute, this guy from Band of Brothers, one of the baddest ones on there in a good way. The one chewing on the cigar all the time.
Sergeant Denver Bull Randleman. Yeah.
He's from Rector, buried in Texarkana.
Did you know that when you're watching the
No, did not know that. In fact, I didn't know that probably till 22, 23.
Right.
And I went, wait a minute, there's nothing named after this guy. Dick Winters, the commander of Easy Company for Band of Brothers, said he was one of the best soldiers I ever served with. And I said to Bob Brooks, for whom we're naming the building, I said, we need to name this building and have a statue.
Yeah.
So that was the deal. And then when Bob passed in early 24, I immediately, within a couple days, said, we're naming the building after Bob. But forget just a statue. We're going to get that plaza across the street.
Yeah.
The city owns that property, and we're working on that. And we're going to build the Staff Sergeant Denver Bull Randleman Educational Plaza. So I'm going to raise $1 million, private fund.
Whoa!
Private.
Whoa!
Private.
Yes.
We're going to have a link next time I come on. Or you can just send it. It's a 501c3. So here's what we're doing. I've already talked to the World War II Museum, already got our sculptor committed, Kevin Cressy, who's a rock star. He's doing Matty Ross for Fort Smith.
Yep, saw that.
He did Johnny Cash.
Yep.
So we're going to have a big 12-foot statue.
Love it.
It's going to be elevated on a foundation like Iwo Jima Memorial in D.C., where it's like a big pedestal, and it'll be long and much broader than just the statue. And then we're going to have a semicircle of these like 7-foot panels around it, facing this way.
Preach.
And each one will tell a part of World War II history. And there'll be a QR code on all the stuff so kids or anybody can get their phone or a pad they're given and they can watch videos and stuff. Well, hang on.
Go.
And then it's going to have some green grass spaces. So when I was growing up, you would come to the and you'd go maybe to the Children's Museum, the Museum of Discovery in the morning. You go to the Capitol. So this will be a destination, not a, hey, we're driving by, look at that. No.
Right.
This will be, okay, after the museum this morning, we're going to go have lunch.
Yeah.
We're going to sit around on the grass, and we're going to spend an hour, and maybe a month before, the teacher, a good teacher, would say to their students, we're going to start studying this, because in a month, we're going to visit it, right? We're going to study what all this means. Who was Bull Randomman? What was Normandy, Operation Overlord, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to have all that, and that will be an educational plaza that will face this, and people from all over, whether it's, because there's a huge following of Band of Brothers.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks, all these people. Whether it's those folks, people around the world, Walk Among the Heroes, you've seen their post about Normandy. They'll come here as a destination.
Right.
So I was in the 101st Airborne Division when I was on active duty. Well, Easy Company is the 101st. So we haven't missed a detail. So this building was 103 West Capitol.
Right.
We changed it to 101.
Roger.
That's why Siri didn't know where it was.
Yeah, that's it. Listen,
Well,
Tim is
that
pushing
will
all
be
the buttons.
updated in Apple and Google very soon. It should have already been, but they're slacking.
That's very cool.
Capital in Maine, by the way, but 101, you changed to 101. Real quick, too, for those
The corner of service and sacrifice.
Yeah. Whoa.
What are you
He
drinking?
just keeps
half tea, half lemon juice.
Now, for those who've been down here, Samantha's, if you look out the window of Samantha, you see this. Will you take part of the parking lot there to do what you're talking about?
It is the part where
Christmas tree goes up and all
there's a
that.
statue there. The Christmas tree goes up. There's those little flower chairs. All that's going away.
Yeah. Listen, if you've been to Normandy, Roger, going through, watching the Band of Brothers, knowing what those guys, they were going from this place to this place by foot. It is a really moving deal, and I love the fact you got an Arkansas connection to it.
Oh, absolutely.
It's going to be a
Smart
12-foot
work.
statue.
Well done.
Let me tell you what, it's all about, if you go to Europe, it's about size. In Europe, when they used to build things and make
Grandeur.
it would be big. Just like this building in 1909 was huge. It was the tallest building in the state of Arkansas back in 1909.
Yeah.
So
let me tell you. So when Bull came back,
yes,
he lived the remainder of his life, a quiet existence, meaning not doing press and stuff until a little bit of that when Band of Brothers came. But he worked at Riggs Caterpillar.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And he was a maintenance manager in the
Wow.
shop.
How about that?
So I went and met with people who knew him.
Well, there's somebody here on our D3 Auto Sales text line that says the last episode of Band of Brothers, Winters, who you spoke about, I guess, talks about Bull back to Arkansas to his bulldozing company.
How about
Yeah,
that?
that's it. And let me tell you, so I talked to the folks that worked with him, and the Cresses are a big part of own with Riggs, and they've introduced me to people. So they said he was amazing. He was just this quiet guy. Yeah. But they gave me, in a shop, you have these maintenance manuals, and you don't want other people to take them. So he had written Randleman on them. And they gave me one.
Very cool. Wow. Very cool.
Really cool.
Hey, that's where you get things. That's where you get things done. You have passion like that, Roger. Like Tim has passion. Like the Razorback baseball.
We're going to raise a million.
I know. Listen, do you think I have any doubt?
Hey, I don't think we need a lot of
Yeah.
I think we just go, hey, people can give right now.
When we come, I'll give you my Zelle number.
Yeah.
And we'll get people to start
Hey,
putting
we'll roll something out in a big way. But let me tell you, this is going to be amazing. Go ahead. I'm going to tell you one more thing.
Let's take a break. Come back. We did not find John Daly is AOL right now. AOL, not sorry.
John Daly should give to the statue.
Yeah, he should.
Put a golf club in Bull's hand.
It's MIA, yes. Yeah, it's John Daly.
Yeah, I like
yes.
AOL better.
Yeah, AOL is close.
You meant AOL.
Yeah, AOL, that's what I meant.
I know what you meant.
But don't go away. We got Terry Bradshaw coming up at 8:05.
Terry would love the statue. Come on.
All right, don't go away. 748.
The year was 1976. The hit movie, Rocky. The #1 song was Silly Love Songs. Stretch Armstrong made his debut in 1976 as well. And that's also the year Luxury Pool and Spa started building their in-ground customized pools. Hey, it's David BAZZEL for Luxury Pool and Spas. The family tradition continues nearly 50 years later with Jeremy and Shane Lawson designing and creating dream pools. Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville are your pool and hot tub chemical headquarters. Great rebates going on now with Pool Life and Baquasil Pool Chemicals. They also carry Serona Chemicals and Frog Systems that I use in my hot tub. Plus, you can always bring in a pool or hot tub water sample, and the chemically trained professionals at Luxury Pool and Spa will ensure your chemicals are at the correct levels. A new shipment of hot tubs by Fantasy, Hot Spring, and Caldera are currently on the showroom floor, ready for setup and delivery. Luxury Pool and Spa carries Pentair pool equipment, patio furniture by Fisco, PK Grills, and plenty of pool toys. Live the life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville.
Through the end of the month, shop the Hustler Turf Power Plus Performance Sales Event and save on select DeWalt products. Save up to $600 on a Hustler Fast Track Series mower or up to $350 with the purchase of a Hustler Raptor Series on select DeWalt products. Both the Fast Track and Raptor mowers boast all the features Hustler is known for, like their trademark smooth track steering, integrated parking brake, and heavy-duty fabricated steel decks and one-piece tubular frames. Stop in today at Cabot Outdoors or CabotOutdoors.com.
Most people think HR is pushing out payroll and filling out forms, but you know better. You're looking to shape culture, drive strategy, and truly lead people. And on June 24th, you can be seen and heard at the TPC Together Conference. Attend sessions to help grow and strengthen your organization and connect with a community that actually gets what you do. June 24th at the Oasis Hotel and Convention Center in Springfield. Space is limited, so register now for the HR event that's redefining what's possible. The TPC Together Conference.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. All of us have crossed the line at one time or other that separates gourmand from glutton. Add to this list a little Nebraska possum who ate an entire 2.5-pound chocolate cake in one sitting. The little guy pretty much ate his weight in cake. It made him a little queasy, but supposedly now he's doing fine. Or as fine as anything could be that just ate its weight in cake. That little dude would be doing even better if he had a friend familiar with Doublebees, because there he could load up on snacks, zingers, Twinkies, cupcakes, and all the Little Debbies. Anything you need, it is waiting there for you. Swing by a Doublebees near you for a delicious treat. Wherever it is that you are going, whatever it is that you're craving, we probably have it. Doublebees. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebees.
They say you never get a second chance to make a first impression, and that's your home and your business. So if your business needs a touch-up, call CertaPro Painters and let them handle the job for you. They provide excellent workmanship, quality, and a worry-free process for both residential and commercial spaces, all at the right price. You've got to focus on your business. Let them focus on your painting. Schedule your free estimate today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Get your estimate scheduled today at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can. Only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
This is Trey Reed from the Wild Side, inviting you to join Mark Hedrick and me every Tuesday night at 7 here on The Buzz.
Brought to you by Trader Bill's Outdoors, West Rock Landing, Edwards Food Giant, Battery Outfitters, All About Tire and Brake, and Tammy Chase Insurance.
It's The Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz.
Yes, this is the American dream, son of a plumber, Dusty Rhodes. And let me tell you something, Diddy. If you're not listening to Morning Mayhem from 6 to 10, on 103.7 The Buzz, baby, I'm going to have to bring you some real hot times, Diddy.
All right, it is 7:53 on this Tuesday, June 10th. Coming up here shortly, Terry Bradshaw will be checking in. He's got a show up in Branson. Roger and I are going to it this Sunday night on Father's Day. And if you want to go up there and buy tickets, go.
It's our gift to each other.
It is the Clay Cooper Theater in Branson, and so we saw him last year, and a couple years ago did a great job. We'll see if we can track down John Daly, who's brought to you by Moe's. But we're here at the Bob R. Brooks Jr. Justice Building, where a dedication ceremony will be held at 10 o'clock. Great to have the Attorney General here, Tim Griffin. Did you watch the Hog game on Sunday?
Yes.
Was that fun?
I watched. Well, it's fun when you win.
Sure is.
Know?
And win easily like that.
And it's not fun when you don't win.
I know. And
it's not fun if you're ever behind. I watched all those Little Rock games.
Yeah, that was great.
And,
we had Chris Curry on a couple days ago. He was great.
You know, and God, we were cheering for them.
I know.
Boy, that would have been neat
to
have Arkansas and Arkansas. You know, LSU teams at that level, they scare me because, I mean, we're doing, you know, we're on a roll right now. We're really hitting on all cylinders.
Hate that we have to play LSU.
But they sort of are after coming off a little bit of rocky against Little Rock.
Yeah.
And then when we played them, they beat us 2 out of 3. You know, I mean,
how crazy is it that the LSU plays Arkansas, Little Rock, and then plays Arkansas back to back? I mean, it is. And then, of course, Chris Curry made the point, and we made the point, you know, they played both Arkansas and LSU. The Trojans did this year. They got a unique perspective of having played them. But it's going to, listen, it will be a huge viewership watching on ESPN at 6 o'clock on Saturday night. We'll have Will McIntyre, Roger, on tomorrow.
All right, sir.
That will be his second World Series as a Razorback. We had Cam Kozel on yesterday. He was outstanding. It's always more fun when you have teams playing this late.
Sure.
For what we do for a living. Of course, the other thing is it's Father's Day. Yeah. I know that you're a great dad. I saw your kids in church the other day.
Yeah. They were behaving, I think.
We're asking your favorite movie dad. If you can think of any dad in a movie that comes to mind, what would be one? And
let me think on that. Let me marinate on that.
I'll give you a chance to think of it. If you just tuned in, we're in a building that was built in 1909. It's 12 stories. Is the 13th is that the penthouse that was added?
No, 12.
No, 12. The 12th was added in 1949.
The floor you're on.
What's that?
Mm-hmm. This floor was added.
And then when you walk in and see the doors, those are original elevator doors back
marble. Yeah, I mean, look, this place has been empty for 26 years.
Right.
It was probably going away.
Yeah.
I mean,
wow.
Look next door between here and Samantha's. That's a parking lot. Well, it hasn't always been a parking lot. It used to be buildings.
Yeah.
At some point, people say, juice not worth the squeeze.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you.
Juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Chiefs not worth. See, that's proper English, but we're going to break it down. Juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Yeah.
Well, it was worth the squeeze on here.
This one.
And twice on Sunday. Boom, keep squeezing.
Well, this one is one of the most unique buildings there is in downtown. I mean, it stands out.
You know what I tell people?
What?
I don't want to offend, but I will.
I know.
Look down Capitol.
Yeah.
Get outside this building and look down Capitol.
Yeah.
Which buildings did architects at the time think were good looking but are not?
Yeah.
Have not stood the test of time.
Yeah.
Just about every one of them.
Yeah.
That is high.
Yeah.
Not this one.
No, this
100 years now people will say beautiful.
Yeah.
Classical architecture. This AC hotel.
Yep.
Beautiful.
That's a cool one.
Classical architecture. Some of these, I'm not going to mention. So look at the 2 federal buildings.
Yeah.
Okay. So one is that post-World War II industrial nonsense.
Late 40s.
Yeah. Early 50s, whatever. And then you have the one beside it, the courthouse.
Ugly.
Which one is not like the other?
Yeah.
No, one is ugly. One is gorgeous.
Yes.
And it all has to do with the architecture.
Well, we don't build them like this anymore.
Well, you can, but they're really expensive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But, you know, look at this thing.
I know.
I'm not going to tell which one. Look at that right there. Somebody thought that was their most beautiful baby ever in the 1970s or 80s.
Right.
And they thought, a long time from now, people are going to love that building.
No.
It's ugly.
My favorite picture is the one in like 1910 when there's a horse and carriage going. There's horse and carriages parked up and down the street, and there's a cable.
I think Frank was down there. He was who's trying to sell that.
Oh, wow.
We love some
Frank. Hear that, Frank Fletcher?
I'm just checking if you're texting.
All right. Don't go away. We'll come back. We'll visit more with Tim Griffin, the Attorney General.
That was pre-hibachi.
Also, we'll have Terry Bradshaw coming up next. If you want to be a part of the show, 661-1037. Roger's got some great trivia tonight for the ladies.
Great trivia. Now I've got to go down and pay for parking.
Yes, it's 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's all you get. So 7:59 is when free parking ends.
So
we might be
I was going to try to hook it up here.
Yeah.
What?
You might be able to know.
We're blocking the street off in a minute.
Yeah. Well, no. I'm right across the street over here in one of the parking places, but the Park Mobile did not take my money.
All right, don't go away. 8 o'clock.
Fellas, you're thinking about starting TRT? That time is now at Low T Center. The consultation and test are free for a limited time only. Don't let Low T slow you down this summer, man. Get the energy you need at Low T Center. Book now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com. You can thank me later.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spray. Or stop by 65th and University.
The countdown to Miss Twin Peaks 2025 is on. Go to 2025misstwinpeaks.com. That's 2025MISSTwinpeaks.com to learn more about the contest and cast 5 votes for your favorite Twin Peaks girl through June 10th.
The Red White Report is brought to you daily on The Zone by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
World champion of what?
103.7 The Buzz, your world champions of sports radio.
Don't get me wrong.
KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
A deputy in Yale County is now off of the job after a video surfaced online showing him using a racial slur while pointing a gun. The video shows now former Deputy Jackson Arndt in the passenger seat of a pickup pointing a gun at the floor, using the racial slur, and saying he's getting ready for police academy training. He was off duty at the time. Yale County Sheriff Nick Galt posted a letter to social media confirming Arndt's termination, calling his actions deplorable. The sheriff says all deputies will now be enrolled in additional mandatory training pertaining to racial discrimination and social media behaviors. Arkansas is ranked one of the worst states for overall child well-being. The 2025 Kids Count data book from the Annie E. Casey Foundation ranks states based on 4 main categories: well-being, education, health, and family and community. Arkansas has improved since the pandemic, but is ranked 45th overall, with most categories scoring below the national average. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Floyd's Seafood, Keel Avenue in Sherwood. It's crawfish season, and Floyd's has live Louisiana Cajun crawfish. Place your order by 2 p.m. Thursday for weekend boils. Floyd's Meat and Seafood.com.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got mostly sunny conditions in the forecast for this Tuesday, also feeling less humid, highs today into the low 90s. As we're going for tonight, mostly clear conditions, lows in the mid-60s. A repeat of this as we go in for your Wednesday, mostly sunny conditions, highs in the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse presents Match Game on Morning Mayhem. Listen for your chance to play their version of the classic TV game show. Brought to you by Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse, Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters for over 30 years. Call 501-568-0040 today or click online at arkansastruck.com. When it comes to our health, we all know the importance of maintaining an active lifestyle. Hey everybody, Josh Neighbors here for QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative health. And if you're like me, you want to be active. I want to play basketball basically 5 days a week. For you, it might be coaching your kid's baseball team or playing pickleball with your friends. One thing that can keep us from achieving that healthy lifestyle, joint pain. For me, it's my back. Whatever it is, QC Kinetics can help. They've been on the cutting edge since 2018, and they've helped tens of thousands of people achieve lasting joint pain relief by using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing. Regenerative health used to be viewed as an alternative treatment, but now it's mainstream. And QC Kinetics, they are the nation's leader. Their well-respected protocols include potent and powerful cellular-level treatments that help revitalize and restore those damaged joints. They're going after the source of the pain. So you can say goodbye to that chronic pain, and you can get back on the baseball field, on the pickleball court, wherever it is. That's your happy place, your active place. So check them out, this revolutionary treatment, and get a free consultation as well. Call QC Kinetics today. That's 501-222-8440, 501-222-8440.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Shelter Agent Jay Helm, Jeremiah Matthews, or Jeff Hodge in Little Rock today.
Here's another Whataburger DM. Miranda says, it's 2023 and still no Pico Burger. How do we get y'all to pick it back up? Miranda, we totally thought we responded to this. We know it's been a minute or two, but good news, the Pico de Gallo burger is back up. Yep, the 2 fresh beef patties covered with crisp Pico de Gallo, 2 slices of pepper jack and creamy cilantro lime sauce you love is back. And it's all thanks to you. The Pico de Gallo burger is back for a limited time. What a burger!
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood. Last month our Employee Pricing Plus program was a huge success, so we're going to do it again in June. Employee pricing means you pay what we pay, and you get all the rebates. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing. No gimmicks, no hoops to jump through. Only at Fletcher Dodge do we have discounts up to $14,000 off trucks and finance rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Come in today and get employee pricing plus 3.9% financing for 72 months on all new Ram trucks. New Jeep Wranglers up to $7,000 off. And the all new Jeep Compass 4-wheel drive for only $379 a month. And that's with no money down. And again, don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com to get pre-approved in minutes. At Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
We're standing along the diving board at the family pool at the Little Rock Racket Club where Jay Harley is about to do a special dive just for all of you radio listeners. Jay, what are you about to do?
Cannonball!
Just an example of how much fun you and your family are going to have. Not necessarily doing a radio commercial, but loving the summer. Little Rock Racket Club with 30% off the joining fee and more smiles per gallon. Oh, perfect!
Are you dreaming of excitement and adventure? Hubbard Power Sports Can-Am and Sea-Doo of Russellville is the place to be. From the cost-effective and customizable Sea-Doo Switch pontoon boat to a one-of-a-kind Can-Am Spider, Hubbard Power Sports has what you're looking for. Looking for a Sea-Doo personal watercraft? Don't worry, we've got you covered there too. From a Can-Am Defender farm rig to the all-new 240-horsepower Can-Am Maverick R, we've got it all. With a large selection of Can-Am four-wheelers and side-by-side models in stock now. Stop by and see us in Russellville. Visit us at hubbardpowersports.com.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
Please.
Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios.
The Moretti's!
No! Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
They're below or above the name?
Here is David BAZZEL, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore.
Smart ass. All right. It is 8:06 on this Tuesday. Got a big day and night lined up. We're going to be down at we're going to have Sports Betting 101 for women down at Cash tonight, thanks to Oaklawn Sports, Cash, and AY Mag, and Amp Magazine. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's sold out, no more room, but thanks to Payne and Rush Harding for their support. Looking forward to seeing the crew from Oaklawn. We're going to teach some ladies how to place a bet or two, and DJ's girlfriend, who is I know Tim that you know Ebony. Ebony Mitchell, Miss Arkansas, she was one of the stars that came out of last year's class of learning, and she's been having fun on the Oaklawn Sports app, and DJ's been helping, and so listen, me and Roger are still sort of clueless about this stuff, but getting Oaklawn to help us, and we feel like we know things a little bit better.
Are they getting married? Are they married?
Not yet. Not yet.
They've been dating a while.
They have been.
Yeah.
I say the odds are it's a good chance. It's looking good.
Not rushing them. Just wondering.
Yeah, they're a superstar couple, but we'll have fun tonight. We appreciate them. Did you hear we've got this thing called Countdown to Kickoff coming up, July 24th. Taylor Green, Bobby Petrino, Niall Davis, and Casey Dick all coming to speak to anybody who wants to buy a ticket over here at the Hall downtown.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that'll be July 24th. And so thanks to Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. He's the presenting sponsor. Of course, he's sponsoring Leyland, if you will, for NIL, all that kind of stuff. And he's friends with Bobby, and he's the one who lined that up. So get tickets for that. Go to littlerockall.com or go to the Buzz website. That's going to be a blast watching Taylor and Bobby and Casey Dick and all these folks who know Bobby very well. So
if you ever think you know football, the test is buy Bobby Petrino's book.
Yeah.
He has a textbook on offense and
I need to get that.
and plays.
Yeah.
So I was just curious because I like the really smart coaches, you know.
Yeah.
Some of them are more brainy and tacticians and strategic than others. Some of them are more of a personality and a manager, but not really in the weeds. So I bought that Bobby Petrino book.
How about that?
It was on Amazon.
Did you read through that sucker? You tried?
Dude,
Yeah.
I flipped through there and I was like, oh my gosh. He has to recruit a certain level of intellectual power
that's
for
right.
his quarterback.
Yeah.
It's so complicated.
Yes.
Bobby, he's the type of guy, so if you said, hey, where's the restroom? Normal people would say, walk right there, take a left.
Yeah.
He'd go Mississippi right to a double loop. Like, whoa, where is this place? It is I'm sure you would understand it.
Complicated offense, yeah.
If you're not one of those people in that industry, you read that thing, you go, dude.
Yeah, he's an offensive-minded guy. We coached both in the pros and college, and hopefully Taylor will have a great year. Speaking of quarterbacks, our friend Terry Bradshaw is on the line with us. Let's go down to St. Joe, Texas, and talk with the four-time Super Bowl champ and our good buddy Terry Bradshaw. Good morning, Terry. How are you?
Hey, you guys hear me okay?
We can hear Josh up as high as you can get him.
I got her pumped up loud.
There you go. How are you, Terry? Everything good?
Yeah, everything's good. I am sitting here at my desk. Couldn't sleep last night. I worked out yesterday, and then Tammy had me mowing the yard with a push mower. And my back is out. My legs are killing me. I couldn't sleep. I had to take a pain pill at 1 a.m.
Good Lord. Good Lord. Well,
I know.
I heard you guys went to the Belmont this weekend. How was that?
Yeah, that was great. Went up there and did the show with Fox. Saw Kurt Menefee and I own a horse together called Power
You told us. Yes.
Yeah. So he's a big, beautiful horse. Who knows, So what? They're all big and beautiful, but can they run, So I told Kurt, I said, hey, Kurt, listen. This is a good experience because most of these things don't run. I said, if this one doesn't run, we'll just get another one. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We're keeping our fingers crossed that one day, Terry, you and Kurt will bring your horse or horses to Oakland to race. I know that would be a blast to do. Now, before we get to your show at Branson, we've got the Attorney General of the state of Arkansas here, Tim Griffin, for a special dedication for the building we're in. But there's a connection, Terry. We mentioned Lowry Barnes is the guy that did your knees, but Tim, Attorney General, you know the doctor that worked on Terry's ankle.
Yeah, Dr. Rob Martin.
Martin, right. He did such a good job, I gave him a pair of cowboy boots.
That's what that's what Tim has said, Terry.
Well, then you just showed me he wasn't lying. That's good.
But I also had my wrist. I also had a plate put in my wrist, but I didn't know what to get the doctor. I can't even think of her name, but she was awesome. She got me back playing golf. I mean, I wasn't any good before I started playing, but I'm playing now, so that's good. So all my doctors, are up in Little Rock. Lowry Barnes.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
The Lowry Barnes is amazing, man.
And recognizing the incredible health care we have right here in the Rock.
What a testimony by Terry.
I mean,
Yeah.
Terry Bradshaw.
And now that we have the Attorney General on the line, I need his car to come through there speeding, and I need to get some help. All right?
I'm having a hard time hearing you. Break it up there.
Well, listen. We of course we got Tommy Norman. Roger, remember Tommy?
Sure,
you know you're covered in North Little Rock, Terry. If you get a ticket in North Little Rock, maybe with Tommy being there. But we got to talk about your show this Sunday night in Branson, Terry. This will be the second time that Roger and I have had a chance to come up and see you. We may have the Hatchers with us.
Maybe.
Tickets are available. Tim was asking, what kind of show will Terry Bradshaw put on? For those listening, what kind of show can people expect?
Spin plates.
You're asking me what kind of show I put on? Well,
yes.
I sing about 9 songs, which is shocker. I tell stories. I get out in the audience. We all get involved together. It's fun. It's enlightening. It's upbeat. It's just a good show. You live. I think people leave, feeling good. I mean, everybody. Look. Let's just be real here. I have a show of hands at every show in Branson. All right, everybody, raise your hands out there that are over 70. 90% of the crowd raises their hands if they heard me.
Yes.
And then I got the 80s. I got some of those. I got some 90s. Got some of those. And I've had so far in the show one man who was 102.
Outstanding.
How about that?
Well,
so
listen,
anyway, it's fun. It's a fun show. We've been doing a lot of shows at the Clay Cooper Theater. We love it up there. I love Branson. My wife's from Rogersville, which is actually Springfield.
Right.
And so we've got friends up there. We've looked at several times to buy a home up there. We haven't been able to find anything yet. So, but yeah, we love it. It's just fun. So come out and see the show. I'm disappointed there's still tickets available. I thought for sure this would be a smash sellout.
So here's the deal. You can go to claycoopertheater.com. Claycoopertheater.com.
Right.
The tickets are not bad. $55, $50 are very reasonable.
55? Is
That's all I'm getting, $55 a show.
I think they're scalping them for a lot more than that.
Listen, it's the best bargain out there. Roger, you and I have seen his show.
We have seen his show.
And we were listen, it was very entertaining. He's singing, he's dancing,
he sang, he entertained, he talked to the crowd, he told some stories. And now, Terry, I'm thinking since we're best buds that you call me up on stage and we sing a good old country and western song together. Might help sell.
Right. Well, what do you want to sing this week? I mean, we'll do another one. We'll do, maybe we'll jump in and do a little opera. Maybe we'll get Pavarotti. Maybe we'll get one of those songs out.
I'm all over it.
Elvis.
That is not a Pavarotti. We'll do that.
Listen, don't start talking down to me with your Pavarotti. I'll sing some Jim Neighbors if I have to, and we can get it done.
You know what? What isn't that the Attorney General bring everybody in from Little Rock, and he's got a lot of buddies. They're high-end, money people. And
I got a better idea. Why don't you come down here and do one?
He could come flying in there, right?
Well, we might listen.
Let's do a big show in the Rock.
We might be flying. We might be flying in there Sunday night ourselves.
We might be.
Terry,
we're trying to get him in Hot Springs to over.
I mean, you can come grab it. You see your doctors. Hang out with Morning Mayhem and do a show.
Terry, would you be offended? By the way, we've got Justin Moore on the show now. Good morning, Justin. You there?
Speaking of singing.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
What's up, Jay?
Hey, Justin, how you doing, buddy? Bradshaw.
Yes, sir. I'm well. How are you?
What kind of suck-ass
I'm
was
trying
that,
to put some
Bradshaw?
shows all over
What are you
Arkansas.
doing,
I'm not
Bradshaw?
having any luck.
Come on. Let's do it.
No, these guys, I'm on this radio show, and I don't know how far out we reaching, guys? 20, 30 miles?
2 hours every direction.
I've been on this show for 30 minutes now. Not even a hello, Roger. Justin Moore gets on, and Terry starts crawling up his cavity. What's that about, Bradshaw?
It was Terry. I don't know, Terry. I don't know if you've heard the clip that went viral when you were on the show with us, but There was two parts of that. One is that you said it was a joke, and number two, you said he should eat. Aaron Rodgers should eat bark and talk to the gods. And then it was Justin Moore going, "Yeah, he's not part of the." It was Justin. He was. You could tell it was whoever was talking was a Steelers fan for sure. So yeah, we didn't plan for that to happen, Terry. But that was funny how that took off, wasn't it?
Listen, I'm smart enough to know that no matter who you're talking to, social media, radio stations, small markets, large markets, if you say something that's got a bite to it, it's going to get out there. I gave that no thought at all until the next day the radio station calls and says, "Hey, man, this went viral. Are you okay? We apologize." I went, "Get out of here. We're fine. Let it go."
Good.
I can care less.
Yeah, well, good. I didn't think you would anyway. And
I think me and him would get along swimmingly. That sounds like me. I told somebody the other day on a podcast. I said, whatever I said, I don't even remember. But I said, I don't give a blank. Put it on YouTube. I don't care.
With Terry, it was. They did sign Bradshaw. Bradshaw. They did sign Aaron Rodgers yesterday, so it obviously came to be true. And we don't want to spend any more time with that. The main thing we want to talk about, Terry, is your show. Again, go to ClayCooperTheater.com. Roger and I had a chance to with the Hatchers last year. Got a chance 2 years ago to see it. It's a fun show. You sing. You do all the things. I would love there to be enough Arkansans there to call the Hogs during your show. So we got to get enough Arkansans there. Once the Hog call starts, everybody jumps in. If that
I can do the Hog call. Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be after the Hogs have won.
Maybe this weekend. That's right.
We could do the Hog call. I mean, we got to do it loud so they can hear, because most of the folks out there can't hear. But that's why the show is such a success.
Well, I know this much, Terry. I know this much. I think it'd be a great Father's Day gift if you want to go up, you hear some great football stories from Terry's NFL days, his movie days with Burt Reynolds. Music, sings 9 songs. How many albums? I was telling the Attorney General, 5 or 6 albums that you've done, Terry. Terry can sing, man. He can bring it when he wants to. Yeah, he can do it.
I haven't heard you say anything about how awesome my singing is, and my feelings are starting to get hurt.
No, I sang with you at the Touchdown Club. Remember? Listen, you can carry it.
Yeah, I wish you hadn't have done that, because you really took us down a notch.
I probably did. I probably did, Terry. Well, listen, hey, we're looking forward to seeing you Sunday night. We encourage everybody.
Come on.
Yeah, come on, be a part of Clay Cooper Theater Sunday night, 7 o'clock. The show's about an hour and a half, right, Terry? Is it 90 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah, it's 90 minutes. If I'm really having a good time, and they are, sometimes we go a little long. If they're not having any fun, I'll go short. I'll go to about 5 minutes.
Listen, it's a fun time. We had a great time last year. Looking forward to being a part of your crowd this Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Yes, Sunday night.
Get Tim, get the Attorney General. I need his card, man. I'm serious.
Yeah, you're covered in this state.
Give me that card.
Hey,
all right, guys.
Terry, I grew
Thanks
up
for
in the
having me on. We'll talk soon. All right.
All right, buddy. Thanks, Terry.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Terry Bradshaw, everybody. Sunday night, Sunday night in Branson. Sunday night in Branson. What were you saying? You grew up in the...
I was just saying, so I grew up in Magnolia. He's from over in Shreveport, right?
Yeah.
And went to La Tech,
yeah,
right?
It did. Yeah.
So that was about an hour and a half from Shreveport and Magnolia, and about 2 hours from La Tech.
It's interesting, Justin, the motivation, sort of like we were talking about with the Bellamy brothers. What's the motivation for Terry Bradshaw to go do these shows? Because he's not making a ton of money. I think he just enjoys doing it and keeps him sharp, and he gets to engage with people because he's,
hopefully he can do what he wants, do what he wants to do to have fun.
Yeah, I think
he's
that's
not
what
worried about money.
Right, Justin?
It seems to me, just on the periphery, that he just enjoys entertaining and being in front of people, whether it be on TV or, on stage or whatever. So, hey, man, go for it. I love it.
Hey, Roger, too, we've been around him twice now. He seems to be a genuine guy. I don't think it's fake. I don't think, I think he I think he's a good dude, and I love the fact that he doesn't care, which I knew he didn't care about. That thing going viral. I'm just being polite by doing that.
No, he's got other issues. You heard him talk about him, his pain and everything else. He's not worried about that. Yeah.
How about he comes to Little Rock for all of his surgeries? I love that. I mean, what a testimony to the great doctors we have here. We are here, Justin, for to bring you up to date for those who are just now tuning in. We are here at Capitol and Main Street. Tim got the address changed to 101. Is it 101 Capitol?
101 West Capitol. 101 West 103. We did that because Bull Randleman was in the 101st Airborne Division, so it's now 101 West Capitol.
Where was 101 prior? Was there one?
There was not one.
There was not a 101.
When I saw 103, I said we shan't allow that to continue.
Justin, it's a beautiful building. It's renamed the Bob R. Brooks Jr. Justice Building, and that's in honor of a longtime colleague of yours that
was chief deputy when he died a little over a year ago. I'm thinking a roof concert. We had the Beatles. We had U2 in L.A. I'm thinking Justin on the roof.
Justin on the roof.
I like it. Let's do it.
We have to get that checked with all the appropriate authorities.
The view up here is spectacular. Cool. The same architect who did this did the state capitol and the building next to us, and so everything gets underway at 10 o'clock. There's a restaurant that's going to be open. Yeah, go ahead, Jam.
I'm sorry. Forgive my ignorance, but what's the building going to be?
It's the AG's new office. We had been.
Oh, great! Yeah, I got you.
Not we necessarily, but the AGs historically had been running for 35 years.
Where?
I remember we talked about it last time we were on together.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that's cool.
I just missed. Rent for 35 years.
I just missed that.
You wouldn't rent a Capitol. You wouldn't rent a governor's mansion. Yeah. So we're going to own this in year 6. It was renovated with historic tax credits, and that requires the user of those credits to hold it for 5 years. But the bottom line is we're gonna have something for this office long after I'm moved on.
That's
cool. It's a cool building. I think Acrease lived downtown. No, I know he has lived downtown. Yeah. Anybody who lives downtown appreciates trying to keep these old buildings and make them. Again, there was somebody here in 1909 looking out this window, waiting for the state capitol. How about that? He's watching the state capitol be built.
Yeah. When they're going to finish it. So the crazy thing is, I tell people, you got to have a core to a city.
Yeah.
You never have anyone come to you and go, man, I had a great time. My wife and I, my family and I, we went to so-and-so city. And what'd y'all do? Well, their suburbs and strip malls were so awesome. They had the same places we have. Nobody says that.
Yeah.
What they do is they say, man, I loved the downtown on Broadway. Man, I loved the Riverwalk.
Yeah.
Man, no one goes to New York City for a weekend and says, oh, we didn't go into the city.
Yeah.
We went out. We went out about an hour outside and just walked through some strip malls to see if their chains are the same as ours. No one says that.
Right.
You got to have a core. That's where your history, your culture, and all is centered. And you also can't say, well, that's not my part of the state. As goes your capital city, so goes your state.
Yeah.
Reputationally, you can't have something rot from the core.
Yeah.
So we all have an interest in this, and let me tell you. This is something the whole state should be proud of, can be proud of. And when we get that World War II memorial down here, it's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, if you haven't been down here, you can't miss the building. So congrats on getting it done, Tim. I know you got to get out of here. Thanks for having us. We appreciate that. We'll visit with some more folks from the Downtown Partnership a little bit later.
Where you got to go?
I don't have to go. I mean,
I know you got to go.
No, I'm cleaning my glasses. But if y'all want me to leave, I can.
Well, it's okay. We've got Chuck Gatlin coming
Hey, there are 3 people that are following me on here, and they're going to be disappointed.
What is it?
3 people are watching me on here, and they're going to be disappointed. One of them is my 17-year-old. One of them is my 15-year-old. One of them is my 7-year-old. As we go to break,
I'm going to give you the list of some of the best dads in movie history. I'm going to go 10 to 1. Mr. Levinstein, Eugene Levy in American Pie. Number 9, John Q, Denzel Washington. Number 8, Robert De Niro, Meet the Parents. Number 7, Steve Martin, Parenthood. Number 6, Will Smith, Pursuit of Happiness. Howard Langston, the character in Jingle All the Way, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Harry Stamper, Roger, Armageddon.
Hit the button, Stamper.
Bruce Willis. Robin Williams, Miss Doubtfire, the character of Daniel Hillard. Clark Griswold, Chevy Chase in The Vacation.
Nice.
And the number 1 listed on here,
Brian, me up, Josh. You haven't had me on in an hour.
Brian
I don't know who you are.
Who? That gentleman
I don't know
right
what
there.
you want. If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
That is Liam Neeson from Taken, who goes back and finds his daughter. All right, do not go away. It's 8:30 here at Morning Mayhem.
Can survive because you can't starve us out and you can't make us run. Those William old boys raised on shotgun. We say grace, we say ma'am. If you ain't into that, we don't give a damn.
This is Sports Center.
It was all about lucky number 4 yesterday in college baseball. Murray State became the 4th number 4 seed of all time to make the College World Series as they beat the Duke Blue Devils 5-4. Now the College World Series field is set. On Friday at 1 o'clock, it'll be Arizona and Coastal Carolina, and then Louisville takes on Oregon State at 6 p.m. Both those games can be seen on ESPN. On Saturday, it'll be the aforementioned Murray State Racers taking on UCLA at 1 o'clock, and then the nightcap in prime time, LSU and Arkansas at 6 o'clock on ESPN, and obviously you can catch it right here on 103.7 The Buzz. And the Stanley Cup final last night, it was the Panthers thrashing the Oilers 6-1. Florida has a 2-1 lead over Edmonton. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got mostly sunny conditions in the forecast for this Tuesday, also feeling less humid, highs today into the low 90s. As we're going for tonight, mostly clear conditions, lows in the mid 60s. A repeat of this as we go in for your Wednesday, mostly sunny conditions, highs in the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Want to get in on the conversation? Shoot us a text at the D3 Auto Sales text line at 501-614-1037. D3 Auto Sales in Desart, the #1 independent dealer in the state, with the best prices and largest selection on pre-owned vehicles, including leveled and lifted trucks. Find them on Facebook. Whether it's football, baseball, or basketball, from high school to the pros, hit us up on the D3 Auto Sales text line.
Hey everybody, Roger Scott, and I've got some important information for you. Central Arkansas, if you are looking for a great way to keep the kids active, engaged, and inspired this summer, Summerwood Sports has got you covered with not one, but two, count them, two, awesome summer camps for grades 3 through 7. We're talking about sports, games, movies, and more, plus a daily devotional to feed the soul, and lunch every single day to keep them fueled up. It's the perfect mix of fun, faith, and friendship, and it's all under one roof. So mark your calendars. Camp sessions run June 9th through the 12th, and again July 14th through the 17th. Spots are going to fill up fast, so do not waste. Get all the details and sign up today at summerwoodsports.com. Here's the dates again: June 9th through June 12th, and July 14th through July 17th. Do not hesitate. Sign up now at summerwoodsports.com. Let's make 2025 the summer to remember.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You've heard it on the buzz, and I'm telling you again. Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union is helping folks step into the future with their summer auto loan special. We're talking ultra-low rates as low as 1.99%, up to 84 months to pay, and no payments for 90 days. Brand new, gently used, or refi your current ride, 2023, 24, and 25 models are all fair game. But deals like this, they don't hang around. Head to alcoacommunityfcu.org and drive into the future with Alcoa, serving 15 counties across central Arkansas.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem, live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort. If Justin Moore is the Michael Jordan of Family Feud, then this man is the Scottie Pippen. He's the most famous Arkansas State alum that works at the Buzz. He's the best promotions director in the greater Little Rock area. Brought to you by Hubbard Power Sports Can-Am and Sea-Doo. Joining Morning Mayhem, it's Chuck Gatlin.
What's up, Chucky Chuck?
Everybody.
We are split up. If you just joined the show, Justin Moore's out in Poland. We're downtown, in the heart of downtown Little Rock, and you're back in studio with Josh. I know we got a big event tonight that we're going to be doing. It's sold out, so that's cool. What else do we have going on?
All right. First of all, let me thank Hubbard Power Sports Can-Am and Sea-Doo in Russellville. Get over there and get rates as low as 0% on the Sea-Doo Switch pontoon. This thing is easy to operate, easy to load, drive, and trailer behind your vehicle. Go see Glenn in Montana and the whole crew at Hubbard Power Sports, or find them online at hubbardpowersports.com. Razorbacks are heading to Omaha. College World Series. They start playing, their first game is Saturday at 6 against LSU. Coverage on the Buzz is going to be brought to you by Whataburger, Edwards Food Giant, and Bet Saracen. You don't want to miss the Rock City Margarita Festival coming up July 19th. It's presented by Oaklawn. Get your tickets at stubbs.net right now. Countdown to kickoff July 24th. It's presented by Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Tickets are on sale at littlerockhall.com. Follow the link, or like I said, you can follow the link at 1037thebuzz.com. We got Bobby Petrino, Taylon Green, Niall Davis, and Casey Dick going to be there that night. It's going to be an awesome night with Oaklawn Sports presenting Gangster Museum of America with a Hattery. Good Lord, I can't talk this morning, guys.
Come on, man. Come on. Snap out of it. Snap out of it.
All right, here we go.
Breath. One deep breath.
Countdown to kickoff, sponsored by Oaklawn Sports, the Gangster Museum of America, the Hattery Hot Springs, First Trust Home Loans, AY Magazine, Connect Service Solutions, Tito's Handmade Vodka with Corky's Ribs and Barbecue going to be feeding us.
And, of course, the presenting sponsor, Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Couldn't do it without Frank. Thank you to Frank for lining up Taylon and Bobby Petrino. Appreciate them. And what else you got?
And then you guys are going to be out on the road again tomorrow at the Arkansas Museum of Fine Arts. The Zone will be at Bell and Sword tomorrow, getting ready for Father's Day. And Thursday, the Zone is at Lumber One. And after that, it's all Razorback Baseball College World Series.
Rod, Justin, I was going to ask, have you been, I should know this, it seemed like you said yes. Have you been to a College World Series game, see the Razorbacks in the past?
Have I?
Yeah. No, Chuck. I mean, Justin, rather. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we went in, I think we went in 19. That was, Kate actually surprised me for Father's Day that year. I got home, got off the bus, and she goes, "Go get back on the bus."
Oh, wow.
I packed your bag. And so, anyway, we went 0-2 that year.
Gotcha.
We watched both those games, but I mean, I tell you what, man, and I've told people this recently just because of us going back and the team, I mean. But if you have any doubt in your mind at all, erase it about going. I mean, it's hard to believe how big of a deal it is in the city, in the town. I mean, there's stuff everywhere. It's like I don't know what to attribute it to. I mean, it's like the Super Bowl or something. I mean, it's crazy.
You got 8 teams and 8 fan bases there. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's it was. I didn't realize that there was going to be as much going on as there was just around the city, like I said. So, I mean, you walk through and you can get, any team's gear anywhere in these shops, and it was really neat. They do a really good job with it. Have you guys been?
I've been. I went with the Hatchers. Roger and I did a couple years ago, and God, it seemed like I don't know if we went twice or spent the night or what, but it seemed like we did. Hey, buddy, seemed like we did a lot. Like you said, we walked around town. We went to Rocco's where they do the Jello shots and all that. But I was trying to think in a regional basketball, do you have what is the max number of teams for NCAA tournament? How many teams do you get in for? Just trying to compare it to. You got.
Well, you mean regional
for basketball? How many teams go in for that? Is it 6? Well, I mean, how many?
Well, there's not really a regional.
Not regional. Whatever the name for it. For example, if Arkansas is going to play wherever, how many teams go to that particular area? This one has 8, and like you're saying,
it depends on if you're talking about the way they split it up into regions.
Yeah, right.
After they select the tournament field.
Yeah, correct.
I think Josh may have to jump in here, but I think it's determined. It changes with. How far along in the tournament you go. Does that make sense? So I think like the first location you go, first round, whatever.
Well, that's what I was talking about.
I forget. I don't know if it's 4 or 6. I don't know.
Well, this one has 8, so there's nothing. I don't think there's anything comparable. It's one of the 3. It's obviously one of the big 3. Obviously,
I would compare it to the Final Four.
Yeah, that's
when I went.
I mean, you can get. That's right. To that.
It's something like that.
Yeah, you've got 8 fan bases, and so it's crazy. Josh, have you ever been before? Have you been to a game?
I have not.
Yeah, it's a cool deal. Of course, as you go, more teams drop out. No surprise, the Razorbacks have the 6:00 start time Saturday night. I think that will get monster numbers on ESPN. The stadium is going to be just nuts because LSU is going to have, probably have more than we will have there, but we'll have a ton there too. So 2 great fan bases there in that stadium. And what does it seat? Is that a 20,000 seat stadium? 21? I think it's 20 plus, 25,000. I may be wrong on that, but I
have to look that up. I don't know.
I have to look that up.
It's 24.
24. Okay,
wow.
I'm not too far off. Okay, yeah. You can imagine Razorback fans and LSU fans. That's going to be a night to remember. Chuck, anything else? I tell you what. Let's take a break. We'll see if Roger can get back a tour of the building here by the Attorney General, and we'll come back and see if we can play a little match game. And if not, we'll hold that off into the 9 o'clock hour if we have to. Chuck, can you hang one more segment?
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, tonight it's going to be a fun night down at
Does he have to?
You watch it, Justin Moore.
Thanks to all the ladies who signed up. Going to be there tonight. It's going to be a fun time, and looking forward to that. So don't go away. 8:40 here on this. What is today? Is today Tuesday? It is Tuesday, June 10th.
Now his guitar's Cadillac, hillbilly music, lonely streets I call home.
Hey, it's David BAZZEL. Let me ask you something. If the power went out right now, would your home and family be ready? That's why I've got to tell you about Tri-State and their Generac home standby generators. These things are incredible. They kick on automatically within seconds of a power outage. No refueling, no hassle. They run on natural gas or propane. They're very quiet, efficient, and they even add value to your home. And right now, Tri-State is offering up to $1,500 off a brand new Generac generator. And it gets better. They're also throwing in 1 year free monitoring, 1 year free generator maintenance, and a free in-home consultation. That's real peace of mind before the next storm or outage hits. And trust me, once you've got a Generac generator from Tri-State, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Give them a call today at 866-695-1015 or go online to tristategenerators.com and schedule your free quote today. Again, that's 866-695-1015 or tristategenerators.com. Terms and conditions apply. Call for details.
Most people think HR is pushing out payroll and filling out forms, but you know better. You're looking to shape culture, drive strategy, and truly lead people. And on June 24th, you can be seen and heard at the TPC Together Conference. Attend sessions to help grow and strengthen your organization and connect with a community that actually gets what you do. June 24th at the Oasis Hotel and Convention Center in Springfield. Space is limited, so register now for the HR event that's redefining what's possible. The TPC Together Conference.
This is Justin Acree with some exciting news. UAMS Ortho Now is now open at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. If you have an orthopedic injury, sports, work, or anything else, walk in and get the best in orthopedic care. No appointment needed. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674.
Attention Arkansas homeowners. Bath Makeover of Arkansas started with 50, then 30. Now we've reached the final days. Looking for 20 homeowners to participate in our Spring Into Savings event and receive test market pricing on a beautiful new walk-in shower. Bath Makeover is looking to evaluate our exciting new product lines in real bathroom conditions, including our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall system. That's right, you'll be compensated for your time just to determine if our exquisite product lines are the right fit for your bathroom project. Final days, 20 homeowners who call 1-800-NEW-BATH will receive 50% off installation of a new walk-in shower. Ask about 0% interest financing, senior and military discounts, receive a $200 Visa gift card with purchase, and call 1-800-NEW-BATH now to receive a $25 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
Your phone always has plenty to say. But at Arkansas State Parks, the best connections don't need Wi-Fi. Just a campfire, a trail, or a canoe. The greatest memories are the ones you make outside. So go ahead, unplug and unwind with the people you care about most. Pick your park and plan your adventure at ArkansasStateParks.com.
Brought to you by Arkansas State Parks, this station, and the ABA.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Tune in to Out of Bounds to hear from Captain Kendall Diggs. Brought to you by Stephen Elmore with Shelter Insurance. For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Stephen Elmore or give him a call at 501-537-0959.
Always make sure to say please and thank you. Morning Mayhem is back on the air, live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
You know I'm not the little boy that I used to be.
All right, it is 8:45. We need a contestant for Family Feud. 661-1037. Josh, what do we need to play for here in Family Feud?
We either have a Moe's $10 gift card or we have tickets to go see Need to Breathe.
And we also, too, we now have $25 gift certificates to Wrapped Gift Boutique in Hot Springs.
Nice.
Apply that to a Father's Day gift. Very cool, yes.
Can get a bar of soap, maybe?
Yeah, 661-1037. All right, let's get us contestant. Let's hit that open.
It's time for everyone's favorite game, Family Feud. Sponsored by Southern Bank. Visit bankwithsouthern.com for more information about your lending needs. Now, let's play the feud.
Yeah! Who do we have online?
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
And he's saying his name is QB7. I'm not sure what kind of name
QB7.
QB7.
Is that, who was QB7?
Who's 7?
Who was 7? Who was 7? Where's Quinn Grovey? Where's Quinn?
Is that maybe that's it?
I don't know.
QB7, good morning.
Hey, guys.
You ready to play?
I'm ready to play. Let's do it.
All right, QB7, my name is Roger Scott. I'm going to be your host for this edition of Family Feud. You are going to be teamed up with Justin Moore and Chuck Wagon Gatlin. Those are going to be your teammates. Now, QB7, is that your name?
Yeah.
All right, QB7.
Come on, Roger. We've met.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know if you wanted me to go by your code name or not. If we're going to use code names, I appreciate it. So, QB7, I appreciate you being out there. You're the leader of your team, so everything you say goes. You're going to be going up against David BAZZEL and Josh Neighbors is his name. Josh Neighbors is his name. You're going to need to use your name, QB7, as your buzzer. The very first question is when you're going to need it. Let me let you see how Justin Moore, the owner of 13 number 1 hits with a soon-to-be number 14 hit, and a personal and close friend of mine whom I have kissed on the mouth when he gives his buzzer. It's a little long, but that's okay. QB7, let me hear your buzzer.
QB7.
I like it.
That's a
And
good
I
buzzer.
like it a lot. Here we go. Boys, be the first one to tap in with your buzzer when you have an answer to this question. I ask 100 people when I left Mainline Sports Bar last Thursday night. I asked them to give me their top 5 answers to this question. Name a bad habit people try to quit.
Justin.
Justin Moore, you're first in. What is your answer?
Smoking.
Smoking's number 1,
Wow.
boys and girls.
Wow.
Smoking's number 1. I don't even know what 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 1. Justin, you are obviously undefeated in this game. QB7, Chuck, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to pass or do you want to play?
Up to you.
What do you think, QB7?
Let's do it.
We're going to keep going. All right, fellas, here we go.
I'm not for sitting on the bench. Let's play.
Very good, QB7. Josh and
I like
Baz will have a chance to steal this. You have 3 strikes available. 45 people out of 100 said smoking. Name a bad habit people try to quit.
You want the answer?
I want an answer.
You got one? Go ahead. Answer.
Yeah, go for it.
Biting those fingernails.
Ding, 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 ding,
I like
ding,
it.
ding,
Very
ding.
nice.
Number 2 on the list is fingernails. 20 people said that. 65 people said the first 2 answers. So, number 3, 15.
I'm terrible about
and number
that.
4 and number 5.
Yep.
10 people each said it. So, give me another answer. 3 strikes still available to you that you can blow. That's what she said. Give me an answer to this question. Name a bad habit people try to quit.
How about?
I got it.
Yeah, go.
I got it.
All right.
Drinking.
I like it. I like it.
Drinking.
Well, you know what? It's number 5 on the list.
Very
That's
nice.
why a lot of people said, I ain't giving up. I ain't doing it. I ain't quitting. That's why I said, all right, it'll be the last thing I give up. 2 answers still on the board. You are 3 strikes still available. Name a bad habit people tried to quit. I'll remind you that you've given me smoking, biting nails, and drinking. The next 2 answers. Number 3 has 15 people, and 10 people said the number 4 answer. Your answers on this one, please, sirs and ma'ams.
How about spitting?
Chuck.
He said spitting. What'd you say, QB7?
Is that a bad habit?
Depends on who you're talking to, I guess.
I'm thinking more like cursing before spitting.
Okay.
He said
I was thinking cussing too.
Well, you know what? I'll take it because swearing is number 4.
Boom.
very nice.
That's it, QB7.
QB7's on fire.
He's on fire. I tell you what, he's probably heard this game a number of times, and he's heard your prowess on this, Jay Moore. Chuck Wagon Gatlin, 1 answer remains. Let's get this done now. Name a bad habit people try to quit.
How about eating junk food?
Got it. Dip it or chew it.
Now we're going to put that with smoking. Make that stay with smoking.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good.
Eating too much junk food?
I need some help, guys. I'm out of answers.
Well, now Chuck just
Yeah.
gave you one. If you want to go with or try
how
it again
about-
or expand on that.
Eating junk food.
What if it's just eating too much, period? It's not
That's
specific
2
to junk
different
food.
things. That's 2 different things.
Clue. Justin.
What's that?
Yeah, I said Roger just gave a clue.
I don't know. I
That's
just wanted to make that's 2 different things.
No, he
because
just
I know
said
the
those are 2 different things.
That's right, because I know one of the
So-
it's the same thing.
Overeating. How about that?
Say it again, QB.
I think he said peeing in public.
I don't know if that's a bad habit.
It's not a good habit, Roger.
But you do in Saline County, don't you, right?
I never heard what he said. He broke up a little.
Yeah. Say it again, QB7. We may have lost him.
What do you think about my retort, Chuck?
Whether overeating?
Just eating too much.
Well, we can try it, and if we don't,
or do you like junk food better?
We got some strikes.
Okay, yeah.
What you want? Call it.
I'd like to
call it, Chuck.
Yeah,
well, waiting on QB7. Thanks to James Ballantyne for reminding me.
Let's try
you know
junk
what,
food.
You know what Brad would say was a bad habit he's trying to quit?
What?
Holding his junk.
Holding his junk, yeah, that's right.
Thanks, Ballantyne. All right, guys, have we lost QB7?
Yeah, so we're going to go with Justin.
No, I'm back.
Oh, he's back.
He's back.
Coming.
Yeah. Chuck, what did you say? What was the answer you went
I was
with?
saying junk food.
Junk food, that's what they're going with.
And
eating junk food.
That's one strike against you. 2 strikes left. 1 answer remains. Name a bad habit people try to quit.
Did you want to try overeating like you said?
Yeah, try it.
Overeating.
Yeah.
You going with that, Q?
Yeah, overeating.
That's the answer. 10 people name a bad habit people try to quit. Number 1, smoking, biting nails, overeating, swearing, and drinking is number 1. I'm sure somewhere in the, I won't even say it. I'm not even going to say it. Congratulations, QB7.
Good
you
job.
are the winner of one of the many prizes that we have. Please let Josh know the ones you want.
And Justin.
Tickets to Omaha.
What did he say?
I don't know.
He said tickets. He said tickets to Omaha.
Tickets
We're
to
going to
Omaha.
Omaha, baby.
Very good.
Justin.
Yes.
When he says, so when Roger oftentimes goes, those are 2 different answers, that's usually a clue that means one of those is probably right.
So I didn't know.
Well,
And you were right, Justin. It was one of those 2.
But the reason I said that was because I knew I played this game enough to know that the follow-up question would have been, are those the same thing?
That's right.
And that's why I said no.
So I do want to thank Southern Bank for sponsoring
thank you,
that.
Southern Bank.
RJ Hawk joins us now. What's up, RJ?
Hey guys, how are you?
Doing good. Doing good. Just got wrapped up with a
rousing game of Family Feud.
Yes, Justin. How was man? You had a long week between Nashville and then road trip. You glad to be back home? I would imagine.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a.
We're glad to have
it was
you
a
home,
long week. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did all kinds of press kind of stuff for three days.
Yep.
Played the Opry one night. Played in that softball game you guys were at one night. Played another show one night in Nashville. So those were back to back and long days, and then we went. I don't even remember where we went.
Indiana, Kentucky, I think.
Yeah, you're right. I had two shows with Joe Nichols, which was they were fun and good, and so I got to leave Thursday. Got 2 shows this weekend, but just a normal. Show normal weekend, nothing crazy. But you guys know I'm not a fan of going to Nashville, but I have to every now and then. So I knocked it out for another year, so maybe they won't ask me to go back for a while.
Well, we'll go with you. Justin, I came back with 2 less windows than I had going and a line over there.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
$800 thanks to Nashville. RJ was there the first night. The car was right in front of the hotel.
Yeah.
And they broke out the windows.
Inside job.
Yeah, it's all good. How are you, man? You here for the
Well, I came. I've got a speaking engagement at 10 o'clock, and I had to go see the doctor this morning because I put a nail through my finger
I saw the
this
picture.
last week.
Oh, my God.
So I had to go see UAMS this morning for the follow-up, and I figured I was down here, so I was like, you know what? I'll swing by and see the guys.
Have you seen
they going to have to take it?
They gave me the tour just a minute ago. This place is amazing.
Spectacular.
Yeah. I mean, it's and it's good. What's good, Tim said this earlier, is that they're going to own the building rather than paying rent and
They've been
everything.
paying rent for 30-something years.
35 years.
It's
yeah.
sort of crazy.
Yeah. If you're the landlord, you love it, right?
Yeah.
It's good that they've got their own building now.
I was going to ask real quick, DJ and Justin, we talked about it in the first hour with Rick Schaefer. DJ had the discussion with Josh yesterday on the Zone about DJ sort of felt the team should not have celebrated quite as much on the post game in Fayetteville. because he still hadn't got to the mission.
They didn't do a dog pile.
No, they didn't. That's what I thought.
He said, wait. He said what?
He said he thought they should not have celebrated quite as much Sunday night.
I couldn't disagree more.
Yeah, I think most everybody's sort of been that way.
But they didn't do the dog pile, and they celebrated with the fans not going through the concourse.
I actually thought it was better that way.
Nobody does that.
I know. But Josh, that was the DJ's point, right? He felt that until they won the series, they should hold on from that kind of celebration.
His point was that there's a bigger prize ahead of them. A bit. I mean, but I haven't heard anybody yet agree with him on that.
I think he's on an island on this one. I think anybody else agrees.
He's on DJ Island on this one. I thought it was great for the kids. I think after the last 2 years, the disappointment, and I thought it was cool that they, like RJ said, I thought it was cool that they didn't dogpile, which tells me they know they got more ahead of them.
That's right.
But in today's time with recruiting and all, which Dave Van Horn actually said as much, that's great video content for them to put out there and for kids that are being recruited to see. So I don't understand that at all.
And hey, how about Dave Van Horn getting emotional?
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
I know. Well, good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, you guys as well. Hey, I saw Don Grisham yesterday.
He's back. He went to the game.
He and I are actually trying to think about planning a trip to Omaha together. So we may be headed up to Omaha together.
Awesome. Do we know who's going to Oakland from the Buzz, Raj? Do we know? Have we been told?
Justin.
I haven't been getting any.
I just heard a message. I just saw Josh post something that said it was Acre.
Is that right? Yeah.
What'd you say, Josh?
Baz, you said Oakland. You meant Omaha.
Omaha.
Oh,
okay. Oklahoma.
I heard Omaha. Isn't that something?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, RJ, good to see you.
Yeah, good seeing you guys.
All right, don't go away. 9 o'clock.
Fellas, don't waste time and money with low-quality online TRT that charges you over $100 just to start. Are you kidding me? Visit the TRT experts today at Low T Center for a free consultation and free test. Treatment is personalized to your body, and most major insurances are accepted. With the freedom to choose if you want in-center care or at-home treatment, you're in control of your health. Looking to lose weight? Get a free B12 shot when you start prescription treatment. Offer limited. Book now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com, and y'all can thank me later.
Hey, it's Randy Rainwater from Drive Time Sports, and Tuesday, Rick Schaefer and I are back with a great show for you. Neil Atkinson from Bed Saracen, Hogsports.com's Trey Biddy. Thanks to Chris Crane Hyundai and Genesis of Conway. We go around the horn and over the fence with Kevin Bohannon, Kevin Hoop Scoop McPherson. Thanks to Hogville.net, Nolan Souza. Thanks to Seth Boyd Insurance. See you Tuesday on 103.7 The Buzz.
Floyd's Seafood, Keel Avenue in Sherwood. It's crawfish season, and Floyd's has live Louisiana Cajun crawfish. Place your order by 2 p.m. Thursday for weekend boils. Floyd'sMeatandSeafood.com.
Don't get sidetracked.
That man is playing Galaga.
We'll keep you on course.
Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
103.7 The Buzz. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
The debate over Jefferson County's budget for 2025 continues. There were dueling meetings about it last night. County Judge Gerald Robinson called one meeting, but 8 justices of the peace staged a walkout to hold their own session. Those justices unanimously overruled the judge's veto of their budget. They say they passed a budget of more than $37 million at a legitimate quorum court meeting and that it will take effect in 10 days. Judge Robinson is questioning the legality of it and is seeking legal advice. An Arkansas company is expanding its footprint in the natural state. Conveyor Technology is adding over 100 new jobs to North Little Rock. The company distributes and repairs drum motors. Now it's opening the only manufacturing center of its kind in the U.S. It'll help create another hub of the technology industry in Arkansas. The $33 million investment is expected to bring in more than $50 million in projected revenue. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Live fan feedback on 103.7 The Buzz is powered by Whit Davis Lumber Plus. Whit Davis Lumber Plus, more than a lumber yard.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got mostly sunny conditions in the forecast for this Tuesday, also feeling less humid, highs today into the low 90s. As we go in for tonight, mostly clear conditions, lows in the mid-60s. A repeat of this as we go in for your Wednesday, mostly sunny conditions, highs in the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Hi, this is Joe Klein with Corky's Ribs and Barbecue. Whether you are dining in for daily specials like Cheese Dip Happy Hour, driving through for a barbecue bulk pickup order, or prefer our full-service catering, our professional staff at Corky's has you covered. Corky's in Little Rock and North Little Rock. We'll see you soon. And be sure to listen each week when I stop by 1037 The Buzz.
Hello, folks. It's Frank Fletcher from Fletcher Dodge here in Sherwood. Our employee pricing program was such a big hit for May. We're going to do it again in June. We had a fantastic month, and you really responded. Remember, employee pricing simply means you pay what we pay. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing. Folks, there is no gimmicks, no hoops. You pay what we pay. Only Fletcher Dodge has the discounts in addition to employee pricing of up to $14,000 and finance rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Got some other great deals. New Jeep Wranglers, $7,000 off. New Jeep Compasses for only $379 a month with no money down. Don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com and get pre-approved in minutes right on the internet. FletcherCredit.com. At Fletcher Dodge, we're always going to give you the best price and the lowest finance rates. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road or shop us online at FletcherDeals.com.
Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville have great rebates going on now for your pool with Pool Life and Bacquasil Pool Chemicals. They also carry Serona Spa Chemicals and Frog Systems. That's what I use in my spa. Live a life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa. Check them out online at LuxuryPoolArkansas.com. We all know how busy our lives can be these days and how important our time and convenience is as well. And Edwards Food Giant knows that too. So that's why they're inviting you to take advantage of their Heat and Eat meal solution items in their deli department. Delicious Edwards Food Giant signature dishes along with a wide choice of entrees and sides, all ready for you to pick up and take home to serve your family tonight. The Heat and Eat meal solutions now at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is chicken pot pie for only $7.49 per pound with twice baked potatoes for $4.99 per pound.
At QC Kinetics, we're all about keeping you in the game, helping you get lasting relief from joint pain. That's why we're excited to announce that QC Kinetics is now partnering with the National Pickleball League. So many of our satisfied patients are avid pickleball players, and they're thrilled with how we've helped them get back on the court. As lead sponsor of the National Pickleball League, we're committed to help pickleball fans of all ages with the latest, most advanced regenerative cell treatments. These treatments use your body's own healing power, revitalizing and restoring damaged joint tissue the natural way, with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Whether you're a pickleball fanatic or enjoy golf or running or tennis, stay in the game with help from QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics, proud to promote active, pain-free living as a lead sponsor of the National Pickleball League. Call now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
It's Justin Acree for CertaPro Painters, and CertaPro knows how important your home is to you. That's why they're focused on helping you bring fresh color to your home. You can trust CertaPro Painters to get the job done right, even in those hard-to-reach places. Free estimates, reliable communication, professional painting, all at the right price. And each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. They're always easy, and they get you a quote right away. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Spring is here, and so are soggy wands and muddy paw prints. Caddy's Touch Landscaping specializes in transforming outdoor spaces with refined solutions, drainage systems, retaining walls, and flower beds designed with ease of care in mind. Plus custom decks, fencing, and synthetic turf design to help clean up your kids' play areas and pet runs. Customize your space to enjoy year-round. Call Caddy's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Let a Caddy's Touch turn your dirt into dreams.
Serious injuries happen every day.
If it happens to you, don't wait. Dial 8.
Dial 8 for Rainwater, Holton, Sexton.
888-8888.
Anywhere in the state, dial 8.
We've got you covered, Arkansas.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
I want your blood. I want your soul.
Live from the Oakland Hot Springs Studios.
I want them both right now.
Oakland, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
I'm your huckleberry.
Here is David BAZZEL, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore.
All right, Lunger, let's do it.
It's 9:06 on Tuesday, June 10th. We're on the 12th floor of just a gorgeous renovated place here called the Bob R. Brooks Jr. Justice Building. It's going to be the home of the Office of the Attorney General, and they're going to have a press conference at 10 o'clock dedicating the building. Also coming up at some point, they're going to do a statue in front from Arkansas native Sergeant Denver Bull Randall. Part of the D-Day invasion. He was in Band of Brothers.
I'm going to watch.
I am too. Roger, I'm going to watch Band of Brothers.
You want make a deal?
So let it be written.
So let it be done. When are we going to start?
I don't know. Justin, Josh,
narrows it down.
Justin and Josh, have you seen Band of Brothers? Have you guys seen that?
I have.
You've seen it all,
and
Josh?
It's fantastic. I like the Pacific a little bit more, but Band of Brothers is awesome.
Are you talking about the series?
The series, yeah.
I've seen the first few episodes, I believe, and then I never went back and watched it. People were telling me you got to watch it, you got to watch it, and it just didn't hook me in right away.
It's 24 years old at this point.
Is it really?
Is
that right?
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Now I know it was a Spielberg thing. Was it before or after Saving Private Ryan?
It's after.
So it was after. So it was the beginning. It was before. It was after Private Ryan. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff. And Josh.
So one thing's real cool is going to Normandy and seeing they've got a Band of Brothers tour where it actually takes you to the exact locations that you see in there. So pretty powerful stuff. But anyway, Tim Griffin's got a goal of putting a 12-foot statue out there. That's the kind of stuff, Roger, Justin, when you go to D.C. or you go to Europe and you see everything's big and it makes you want to go check it out. So I love the idea that he's doing there. And well done, Tim Griffin. By the way, speaking of downtown,
that's cool.
Gabe Holstrom here with us, who's executive director of the Downtown Living Partnership. Yeah, it's really cool. Good news for that, right? You're excited about all this stuff.
Oh,
right?
This is amazing. I mean, this is a building we've walked by daily for years and dreamed about the possibilities, and now we get to walk in it and see it.
Justin, I used to, when I lived in the Tough Nut down over there, and I was the first guy to go in the River Market, I would look out my window, because it was an old warehouse when I was living in that was redone. It was Moses Tucker that did that. Look at this building. I said, if I ever make enough money, I'm buying that building, and I want to be on the top floor. Well, I didn't get there in time. But you know what? I'm here watching. I'm here doing a show here, but did not get on it. But I'm glad because it's here for 25 years empty.
That's right. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's when you used to run around downtown without a shirt on, right?
I did. Justin Rogers.
You said with shirt on or off?
Without a shirt on.
Okay. I used to jog. That's back when I was in shape.
Sure.
I would take my shirt off.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't you?
And I would jog downtown.
People would love to ski, and they go, "Oh, I love to ski off his traps." That's how big they were.
Look at that cocky jerk over there.
Look at that tan. Look how dark he is. Is that Esau Morales?
I was obnoxious, but you know what? I wish I could go back to that.
I know. You know what? If I have a hot tub time machine, I'll let you do it.
It is.
You look good back there.
For downtown, somebody who's trying to make downtown work and function. Because you've had a couple high-profile losses there with restaurants that you got to get filled up as you go in the River Market, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But if you think about what Main Street has done over the past 10 years, really. 10 years ago, we didn't have all those restaurants that we have in the
that's right. It's come a long way. It's come a long way.
So now there's 7-8 restaurants just in that block. We have the Technology Park, the 400 block, and then now with the Brooks building being renovated and having 200 plus people working here in and out every day. Those are more people that are then going to go to the restaurants, and now we just got to keep marching down the block.
Yeah, it's I love it when a downtown, especially you've got history here. Justin, again, one of my favorite things about this building is you can see a picture of this building in 1910 or 15. No cars are here. They don't have cars. They have horses and wagons. And they have a trolley car.
That's right.
That's
cool.
This building looks exactly like it did.
Yep.
Same guy who built the state capitals did this one.
You know who was driving one of those horse and buggies?
Who?
2 people. The Coleman family and Tipton Hurry. That was it. That was the only other businesses. It seemed like back
Well,
in the day.
they're probably going to see the Rose Law Firm.
Probably.
Hey, the Rose Law Firm was
another old one.
That's
yeah,
right.
in the Friday firm we found out used to be in this building. And French Hill's grandfather used to be in this
I've
building.
heard that. Yes.
Justin, they had no elevator when this thing opened. Again, 11 stories tall, and they had no air conditioning. So you can imagine if you were up on the 12th floor, you able to go up and down.
Well, they probably smoked in here too.
They probably smoked in here.
Oh, listen, I went into the Attorney General's office. I call him Tim, and I saw his office. And Jeff showed me downstairs even to where the restaurant's going to be and all of that, where the restaurant's going to be, the speakeasy and that sort of thing. The original tile that's down there. That's just like at the the place in Hot Springs. There's going to be a private dining room in what we think is going to be the safe. Where the vault
Yes,
was.
I saw that.
So
Very
that's
cool.
going to be the tile down there is very cool
That's
as
cool.
well. To see the pillars that they and then the Attorney General's office with that original brick that's in there. Hats off to Moses Tucker and the group that come in here, and they have that eye. I was telling Jeff and the Attorney General that I'm always amazed when somebody can come into your house and know exactly what to do with a bunch of throw pillows.
Right.
But these people come in here, they have the vision, they see what's going on. Leave this here. Let's keep that. Let's play with the integrity of that floor. Oh, it's just amazing. So hats off to those folks for what they've done.
Yeah, ribbon cutting, and not ribbon cutting, but dedication ceremony at 10 o'clock. We were talking other things, too. Justin, we were trying to figure out, I don't know why we were struggling so much, but we were talking with Jana and DeGeorge the other day and Michael Marion about getting a regional here, NCAA regional. And, Justin, I went back and looked. I don't know why we struggled on this a few minutes ago, but we were trying to compare the World
Because we're
Series.
idiots.
trying to compare the 8 teams that roll into Nebraska, Omaha, to the NCAA tournament, and I looked at our regional, Justin, for this year. So, can you remember who was in our first regional, our first group of teams? Don't help me. To see if Justin can remember.
This year?
This year.
There
were four teams.
North Dakota State.
No, not baseball. I'm talking about basketball. The NCAA.
Oh, I'm
tournament.
sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Did you say it was 4?
There were 4. Yeah, so that's what we were trying to find out. It was 4 teams
Well,
per pod or whatever.
Kansas was one of them.
That's right. Kansas. Arkansas being the other. Of course, that's 2. Think about it. We had to advance, so we had to beat a pretty good team. Yes.
Oh, you're talking. Excuse me. St. John.
St. John's is correct.
Oh,
I didn't know that would be considered the same region.
It is. Yeah, it's in the
so there was
Providence
2.
region. Yeah,
there was 2 other ones that we didn't play. Is that what you're
that's
saying?
right. Yeah. So it's Kansas.
I haven't.
Arkansas.
You mean
I have no idea.
Out of the 4 teams in the pod, there was only 1 team that didn't play.
Yeah, we played Kansas and then we played St. John. So we played two teams.
And then Texas Tech.
Then we advanced to Texas Tech. That's right. So it was in Providence. But
I don't remember the other team.
But another thing we were talking about impacting is if they could get a regional. But you know what? According to Jenna and them, they said the hotels were an issue. Have you heard that? That you had to have more full-service hotel rooms. That we don't quite have that number.
I wonder what that number is.
Yeah, listen, I'm curious myself.
Because it seems like we have a good number of hotels right here in downtown.
I know. We had the women's tournament one time. We had the NCAA women's tournament.
Well, you had a men's tournament. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. We did.
Yeah, Calipari, Memphis.
So I wonder if something changed since then.
We did?
Yeah, Roger
Zach and I went.
Roger always brings that one up. Yeah. We always forget that.
I was there.
How many years was that?
Wow, I don't remember that.
Years ago, I don't know. But
no,
anytime I say a year ago, it could have been 10 the way time flies.
If it was Calipari while he was at Memphis, is that what you said?
Yes, correct.
Oh, that had to be 20-something years ago. Because he was at Kentucky for what?
That's right. That's right.
16 or something.
So we had enough for hotel rooms. If that was the measuring stick.
Or did we?
Or back then, maybe the measuring stick has changed.
Yeah, look at the one across the street now, across the interstate over there now. You got that Holiday Inn. Is that an Express in the Holiday Inn Express? On that side, and you just got Frank on this side of it, and now you're going to get these others.
Think of the money that Omaha makes this first weekend, where you got 8 fan bases rolling in.
Look what that bar makes, man, and there's Jello shots all by itself, let alone the hotels and everything else. And it's a great place to go visit. You can read Wally's article today, and he throws out a few places, like always, as far as Boys Town and a few others.
Justin, we were not invited. Apparently, we were not invited to go to Omaha.
Well, I
So,
still probably a peace bond still out on us or something going on.
So, but we may get a wild hair. You never know.
Unless we get a wild hair, that starts festering.
We've gone from St. Joe to Nashville to where else?
It's on to Chicago.
Hey, Branson Sunday.
Oh,
listen, you better watch out for Morning Mayhem.
It's on to Chicago.
You may not invite us, but we may show up.
We may show up. We're not even calling you. We'll just do a drop-in.
You ain't gotta invite them. Baz is just going to invite themselves. I'm telling you.
You said we may show up. We will show up. There's
Hell, I tell you, you spend enough time around these two knuckleheads, and they'll end up in your house. Multiple times, I might add.
Sleep in your bed.
And they'll bring guests.
Hide your kids.
Justin didn't bring guests.
They expect you to cook dinner for them.
My man. He sure did. All right, I'll cook.
Did her husband? No, not her husband. It was that was the.
He came by.
Yeah, Mark came.
Yeah. He came by.
I also have to.
But
announce this.
Mark was. He's probably thinking because he had to go back home. I think because the dogs. That's what he said. But I'm figuring he spent about an hour with us, and he goes, "I got to get away from these clowns."
That's us.
Good luck, Melinda.
Listen. Do you apologize for being clowns? No.
No, are you kidding me? I made money off of it.
How about this, Justin? You have to mention this. We got to give a shout out to Daniel and Vanessa Ellison. And Justin, I know you know them. They're the owners of Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Poland. They also own the restaurant there.
They do.
Highway 270 Grill.
The place at the Malvern Country Club too.
Oh, they own that too?
So, well, I don't think they own the club. They own the clubhouse, and there's a restaurant in there.
Well, thanks to them, Roger and Justin.
Yeah.
They are the new sponsor of Factor Crap. How about that? From Poland, Arkansas. Justin's favorite game.
Right there. I love it from Poland. And we are going to be doing a remote at one of the locations that we have in Poland soon, and we hope that we can come down there and kill a couple of birds with one stone. One, obviously, is to do a remote and get Justin to come over there. And then Baz and I will go over to Justin's house. You know what we're going to do, Justin?
Spend the night.
The cameras. We're going to put the cameras on you. That's what we're going to do.
So for those that don't know, Gabe, you've had quite the career. You go all the way back to Marion Barry, not the Washington mayor.
That's right.
She set me up. That's a different one.
The U.S. representative from Arkansas.
That's right.
Yeah, Marion Barry. We had the Coon Supper and all those kind of things.
And y'all have been to Gillette.
We've been to Gillette with our show.
Remember that guy that drove like 2 hours from Louisiana just to come hang out with y'all on the bus?
Yeah, I sort of do remember that.
Was that during the sleep time?
Yeah, it was. And so, and then you've been to Cranford Johnson Robinson Woods, but you've been to the Downtown Partnership for 10 years now.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we've seen a lot of change. One of the biggest events that we do is the Main Street Food Truck Festival. Last year we rebranded that to the Downtown Food Truck Festival. We moved it over to Capitol Avenue because you got to think when we started doing the Main Street Food Truck Festival, there was nothing on Main Street.
Right.
That's not the case anymore. So what we want to do is take that concept, move it over to Capitol Avenue where the streets are wider, but show people what it looks like and what it feels like when you pack that area full of people.
Well, speaking of, since we have Justin on the show with us, and the amphitheater, Justin's performed there. We went and saw Allison Krauss the other day.
Right.
That's another thing that used to be a real vibrant part of downtown. Is that something that you'd like to sort of get back to that point?
Absolutely. And, one of the things that the city and the city are working on is right now is revamping the market hall.
The
River Market Hall, as well as the amphitheater, and updating some of that space. I know Justin has probably some comments on how that functions and operates on the artist side, but the reality is that whole business has changed from the time that the amphitheater was built.
Right.
What it takes to get artists out there, just the costs have gone up, and then the size of the number of people that place can hold. And then you're always at risk of rain. So you have Simmons Bank Arena right across that they can do that lower bowl, and there's no risk on weather, but you're always going to be risking weather there. That really doesn't matter. The point is we have it. we need to use it.
Yep.
I mean, when people go out there and they see live music on the water and the sun is down,
beautiful.
There's
the
just
Alison
nothing
Krauss
like it.
concert was awesome. And you see what they're doing in Northwest Arkansas with the amp. They're
That's right.
they're really doing a lot with that up there.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and they're not on a river.
Yeah, the view is better. Listen, I remember the last time Justin played there though. Ooh, it was warm.
It was about 130 degrees.
Yeah, here.
It was warm. It was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wore
It
shorts.
was-
I shouldn't have worn anything.
Yeah, it was warm. Really wet. It was wet.
Shouldn't have worn anything. I've always enjoyed playing there. I think I've done it 2-3 times. It's always a really good crowd.
It's a cool venue.
It's just a cool vibe. You're right there downtown, and I always enjoy it.
You're outside, yeah. So I mean, that's
Well, you know what's funny too? I don't know if you guys saw this. I saw it announced on TV last night. Did you see about this festival called Rock the Country? Have you guys heard about this?
no.
So I'm going to read. Justin, I'm going to read you these artists that are on this, and I'm going to tell you where. And I'm going to go. I didn't see that coming. So you got Kid Rock, Nickelback, Hank Williams Jr., Travis Tritt, Gavin Adcock, Shenandoah, Mark Chestnut, Lee Greenwood, Deanna Carter, Little Texas, Hudson Westbrook, Logan Crosby, House Party Says by Afro Man and Yin Yang Twins.
Wait a minute.
This is all at the state fairgrounds.
That's right.
Where in the world are they going to do? Where is that at the state fairgrounds? I have no idea.
It's my understanding they're going to do this outside, so it's not in Barton.
Is it the parking lot?
It'll be outside. I don't know if it's in the midway. I think on the website there's a map of the layout there.
All of these people.
I wonder if they're doing it.
And it's 2 days.
What's that, Justin?
I'm just going to say, I wonder with some of those artists, as big as they are, you would think that they wouldn't be doing it where they put the stage during the state fair, because that doesn't hold but
No,
I don't know,
way.
a couple thousand maybe or something.
So you're going to have Afro Man saying, I got high, and we're going to close it with Lee Greenwood, and they just want one song. So he's going to close it out that way. You got Shenandoah, Mark Chestnut.
Yin Yang. Got Yin Yang Twins.
Well, first of all, are they closing Barton? Are they closing the fair? Are they tearing that's a closeout sale.
I just thought that was interesting.
No, that's fantastic.
Where the heck are they going to put?
Didn't they do that last year, the year before? They did something like that
out
here.
there.
Here.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's. I mean, I don't know where they would.
It's like a 3-day festival.
I will say this, going back to the amphitheater, one of my favorite performances, and I bet you if we threw this out there for our listeners, what was your favorite performance that you've seen or notable that you've seen? Of course, they would start with Justin Moore, would be number one. After that, though, I remember seeing Tina Turner. The fact that you got a chance to see Tina Turner out there, you know, how cool is that? Of course, there have been a lot of big-name acts over there.
At Barton?
Is that what you said?
Well, it's funny that this is. I remember the first concert I ever went to was at the amphitheater, and it was Tracy Lawrence, Mark Chestnut, and Pam Tillis.
How about that?
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Justin? Are you saying something?
No, I misheard the venue you were discussing as far as seeing Tina Turner.
Yeah, it was. I'll never forget that. I remember thinking, man, I mean, she had to be at that time probably in her 60s, late 60s, and man, those legs could move. I was like, wow, she looked like she was 25 the way she was dancing up there. But yeah, so there's a lot of great history down there. I remember we were talking the other day. What's the name of the bars that used to be there? It was the Underground Pub.
Not the Poorhouse. Was it the
Poorhouse was upstairs. Yeah, Poorhouse
was one upstairs.
That's when it was at its.
No, what was that?
The Rev Room's still.
That's still there.
It's still there. It used to be called Six Bridges.
Six Bridges.
I think that was one, and then up on top was like River Rock Brewery.
Well, I thought it started as the Poorhouse too. Maybe it was River Rock. It was one of those two.
Yeah.
But there's potential. You could, if you bought tickets, you could look at the act. So I love that, and of course you guys have had so much happen. I was down here when there was nothing.
Right.
The Clinton Library hadn't been built. I was taking pictures of the Clinton Library being built. I mean, I used to walk around and take pictures. There was just nothing here. You talk about coming a long way in 25 years.
Yes.
Yeah, the River Market, that was it.
Yes.
You know, and so for what you're doing, your job, you got to be thrilled to have these kind of things like today. You know, you have a public-private deal because you have the State Attorney General's office, but then you got a cool restaurant coming downstairs, Jennifer Mond's restaurant.
That's right.
You know the name of it, please?
Restaurant Fleur.
Fleur.
That's right. Well, you know, take a bigger step back. So things have changed since the River Market first came to being. Is like now you have all the success of Soma and then Main Street, and then what's going on over in the East Village. So you have different places still in the downtown area, but that's just creating competition. And quite frankly, when the River Market opened in the early 90s, you couldn't go get a beer in Benton or Cabot.
That's a good point.
That has changed where people don't have to drive as far for their restaurant options.
And now on the River Market, can you take a drink outside on certain nights or not?
Yes, so we got the entertainment districts created by the state and then by the city. So, you can get a wristband and a cup, and you can walk down the street.
Well, I got to tell you, too, as we go to break, and Roger, I think, would agree, so cool that, we get the show with Justin and Justin's bus right next to the Grand Ole Opry, and our buddy J.M. walks out there in the middle of that thing. And
dude. I want to go back. I want you to, when you go back and do that, I want to go there and watch you perform.
Yeah, we want to go back and do that.
I'm sit back here in them benches.
So we can say that we've seen you at the both
on both iconic stages.
Yeah, exactly right. So that was
at the Ryman.
The Ryman. That was, of course, we had our pictures on both, but we just
and I saw a picture on social of who's the long-legged lady that we like a lot, brunette, that was down in Hot Springs.
Sarah Evans.
See, you know what we're talking. Just a few descriptions. I saw a picture of her on social. I'm assuming with her husband. They were holding hands, and she was there at the Opry House.
Okay.
This is just a couple days ago.
Okay.
And I'm trying to figure out the room that she was in because Justin had taken us to
cool.
all the rooms, Justin, which I still think about. Baz's going to get those pictures out soon, but it was awesome for you to show us around there.
Well, the other thing, Justin, the manager.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was
the
fun.
head of the talent, the top person at talent who books every show at the Grand Ole Opry. I know her. We judged the Elvis concert to Elvis person. What do you call it?
Lookalike.
Yeah. Contest back in the day.
Lookalike.
So I may reach out to her and see if we can get some guests on that way too. So it just shows you the power of music, and I know you guys see it down here and the value of it. Well, listen, congratulations, buddy. We appreciate you listening when you can.
Before we go, I have a dispatch from the Gillette Farmers and Businessmen Club. They wanted me to make sure that you all know that the Coon Supper next year is January the 10th.
Yeah, we haven't. I didn't know if I thought we maybe had been blackballed and not.
I didn't know if something had to do with it. If Tommy said something about this or something.
We can. Let's do it. Let's bring you back.
Listen, Morning Mayhem will go anywhere, anytime, any place.
Well, we did it on the bus. Where did we do the show?
We did it on RV.
It was on the bus. Was it on an RV? And boy, the look at those fellas in there.
Boy, there was a killing field back in that room. They kill a thousand. There were fur everywhere.
All three-legged animals is all you saw.
Also, too, for Josh, since Josh lives on the river on the other side. This right next to us is a really cool bar, restaurant, hotel. What is the name of this place?
That's the AC Marriott.
I just saw that.
Josh, are you aware of this place over here on Capitol?
Yes, I actually got a lot of folks there when I was driving Uber.
Yeah, it's a cool place. It's got a cool vibe. It's an old building.
Yep.
That's been repurposed.
It's a new hotel since COVID. They opened about 2 weeks before COVID.
Yeah.
And then something else, when you stand up, look down on this outdoor patio area off of the old Bank of America, the 200 West building. There's a really cool outdoor space here.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Okay. Well, we don't know what we have to do. Like I said, we're thinking about seeing if we can apply to put in a pool up here on the top floor.
Or a pond. Pool pond.
Yeah, pool or a pond.
Maybe something for koi.
We could just go get one of those little blow-up kiddie pools, right?
For
That'll
koi.
work.
You know what? For koi. Good Lord. Well, Gabe, thanks so much.
What? That's class.
I love it.
That's class. Jeff liked it.
Gabe Holmes from the Downtown Partnership. Congratulations on all the success. Keep up the good work.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys.
All right, don't go away. 9:30 here on Morning Mayhem.
Times and tan lines.
Insure your auto, home, life, and everything in between with Shelter Insurance. Find a local agent by calling 1-800-SHELTER or at shelterinsurance.com.
This is SportsCenter.
It was all about lucky number 4 yesterday in college baseball. Murray State became the 4th number 4 seed of all time to make the College World Series as they beat the Duke Blue Devils 5-4. Now the College World Series field is set on Friday at 1 o'clock. It'll be Arizona and Coastal Carolina. And then Louisville takes on Oregon State at 6 p.m. Both those games can be seen on ESPN. On Saturday, it'll be the aforementioned Murray State Racers taking on UCLA at 1 o'clock. And then the nightcap in prime time, LSU LSU and Arkansas at 6 o'clock on ESPN, and obviously you can catch it right here on 103.7 The Buzz. And the Stanley Cup final last night, it was the Panthers thrashing the Oilers 6-1. Florida has a 2-1 lead over Edmonton. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got mostly sunny conditions in the forecast for this Tuesday, also feeling less humid, highs today into the low 90s. As we're going for tonight, mostly clear conditions, lows in the mid-60s. A repeat of this as we go in for your Wednesday, mostly sunny conditions, highs in the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Listen to Out of Bounds every day to hear about what's trending on social media and whether listeners agree or disagree. Engaging conversations about engaging topics. Sponsored by Arkansas-based West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock and their 1.5 million coffee farmers around the globe as they fuel Arkansans with great-tasting coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA. That's 833-886-5282. Call today.
The games are on, the food's delicious, and here you are always part of the team. Welcome to Walk On Sports Bistro, where every day is game day. Whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the fam for some made-from-scratch favorites. Walk On's is your go-to for good times, craft beer, and cocktails, and bold flavors for fans of all ages, from melty mozzarella logs to Hall of Fame level burgers. Stop by today or order online in the app. Walk On Sports Bistro, game on.
Congratulations to Alan Gallardo-Lopez of Fayetteville and Lily Bershears of Rogers for being named the All-Arkansas Preps Outstanding Players of the Year in Cross Country, as chosen by the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. They are among the 400 Arkansas high school athletes who will be honored at the All-Arkansas Preps Awards Banquet on Saturday, June 14th, sponsored by CHI St. Vincent. The event is emceed by Steve Sullivan with special guest David BAZZEL and linebacker for the New Orleans Saints, Demaria Davis. To find out more about the athletes selected or to purchase tickets to the event, visit allarkansaspreps.com.
This is Chris Roberts with Southern Bank. We see people seizing opportunities, building communities, and achieving their dreams right in their hometowns. That's why we provide services, resources, and tools that help you accomplish what you want, where you want. Whether you're starting out, starting over, or starting something new, we have account options designed to work for you and your goals. At Southern Bank, we know where you're coming from because we're from here too. To start your relationship with Southern Bank, visit one of our local branches or online at bankwithsouthern.com. Member FDIC.
Are you tired of holding up a two-wheeled bike at every stoplight? Are you ready for the ultimate thrill on the open road? Introducing the Can-Am Spyder, the three-wheeled motorcycle that redefines adventure. The Can-Am Spyder is built for those who crave excitement. Its dynamic handling, advanced safety features, and the unmatched power of the Rotax engine will leave you craving more. Live big, no regrets. Your next ride is waiting at Hubbard Power Sports, Can-Am, and Sea-Doo of Russellville. On the road, on the water, or in the trails, we've got the ride for you.
Congratulations to Alan Gallardo-Lopez of Fayetteville and Lily Bershears of Rogers for being named the All-Arkansas Preps Outstanding Players of the Year in Cross Country, as chosen by the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. They are among the 400 Arkansas high school athletes who will be honored at the All-Arkansas Preps Awards Banquet on Saturday, June 14th, sponsored by CHI St. Vincent. The event is emceed by Steve Sullivan with special guest David BAZZEL and linebacker for the New Orleans Saints, Demaria Davis. To find out more about the athletes selected or to purchase tickets to the event, visit allarkansaspreps.com.
Your morning drive will never be the same with Morning Mayhem on the radio, live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
We're Coffee Anderson here. Listen.
You were holding his hand.
What is this? This is Coffee Anderson.
Only been broken up
What should I know about him? You shouldn't.
for about a week and a half.
Jordan Davis, Zach Top, I have coming as well.
I'm not chilly, I'm just telling you.
Here we go.
You left me for him.
It's Coffee Anderson. His name.
Something looked peculiar.
This new
And
country?
I was noticing.
Here we go.
Your new boyfriend is ugly.
The what? Yeah, okay.
And I'm glad that he is. Why don't y'all go get married and have some ugly
I came across this cat when I was pulling up some Riley Green, Jordan Davis, and Zach Top music that we've got and that we'll play tomorrow when I'm in the studio. We'll have those up in there. But I come across this guy right there, and I liked that hook.
Coffee Anderson.
Coffey is what I saw. He may go by another name. I don't know.
You know what I thought of when I heard the name Coffee Anderson?
What?
I thought of Coffee Black from Semi-Pro.
Oh, okay.
The Andre 3000
I was thinking of John Coffey.
I was looking at our D3 Auto Sales text line. By the way, Morning Mayhem fully assembled. This is the first time all four of us have been together, right? In a while, since last week, I think. This is from our D3 Auto Sales text line. Acree had a meltdown on DJ yesterday about the celebration. The honeymoon between those two may be over.
No.
Is that is that true, Josh?
No, it was a bad. I mean, Acree did point out. He said it's the worst take that DJ's had in a year and a half. And there was really
I love DJ.
Yeah,
I love him, but I don't understand that one at all.
There was no good logic besides the job is not yet done. Which but also I think it's really important. I'll make this point again. There's only one team that wins every single year, and there is a certain portion of embracing the grind that actually is celebrating. So good for Arkansas's players for celebrating with the fan base and enjoying that moment for them because they have not had it the last few years. So
and to argue further, like Josh just said, the job of winning the Super Regional and the ultimate goal of getting to Omaha. I mean, the ultimate goal is to win the national championship, but like Josh said, there's one team that wins their last game of the year, and that's it. Yeah. I mean, and you got to be lucky. You got to be hot. If things have to fall right. But the emotions really since, was it 21? Was that the Kevin Kopps year where, we were number one the whole year. He was Golden Spikes winner. And we lost in our own regional or super, I forget. And then the last 2 years, I don't even know that we've gone to supers.
Yeah.
And so I think there was a lot of built-up emotion around that. You saw it from Coach Van Horn.
No question.
There are players on this team. Like, look at McIntyre, who we talk to every week. He's been a part of those teams. The fan base, obviously, has been
right there with them.
Really happy for a lot of reasons over the past few years because we've been so good. But everybody still, wants to they just want a national championship because it would just solidify everything that we've done for 10, 15 years, whatever it's been. And everybody's been brokenhearted since 2018. So you just almost now expect to be disappointed. So I think a lot of that I think there was a lot of that played into the way they did and what they did. But I thought it was businesslike to argue again, like RJ said. They were probably the only team of the 8 to not dogpile, which tells me they were like, let's go.
Yeah.
But going and celebrating with the fans, I thought it was like one of the coolest things.
Yeah, I agree.
Can you not celebrate and then focus up tomorrow, the next day?
You can.
They got a regional and a super regional in their own building. They had to play Tennessee, which was one of the toughest super regionals. They did not lose a single postseason game, and that was their final game at Baum. So there's a lot to celebrate there because of what they accomplished this year, and that does not mean that they are not focused on the next task at hand. How
much did we celebrate winning games, in football, like the Texas game a few years ago? You're not supposed to celebrate? I don't know how much at the end of the day, this is a game. It's meant to be fun. That's the point. Too.
Yeah,
I do think too, and probably what he was thinking of. You think of, I wonder if he was really talking about maybe went through the fence and then they went to the lake, they're jumping in the lake, all that kind of stuff. But I think it does go back to what you were saying, Justin.
It's the last game of the season.
Plus, if we have had 2 heartbreaking, embarrassing finishes the last 2 years, we've had good teams and not even getting out of our. We've lost on our home field. So I do think that's part of the tie-in. Finally, getting that. getting that off our back and getting back to the World Series, and there's value in that. I think Dave Van Horn said that.
And one comment that I was talking about earlier today, reading the paper from the front page. This was on page 1, or continued from 1. So in today's paper, and this is something that I noticed. You don't hear coaches talk this that much. Quote from Van Horn: "The last couple of years, the team didn't focus in," Van Horn said. "They were drifting, thinking about this, thinking about that. What am I going to be doing? Am I going to be getting drafted?" This team, man, they stayed hooked up, locked up. Doesn't surprise me that we won 5 in a row. That is from Van Horn, who was talking about whatever the teams were the last couple of teams. So he knows his team is focused.
How about that?
And to the point of everybody talking about their celebration, you can have all the opinion that you want. I guarantee nobody in the stands shouted, "Get the hell out of here. Don't come over here and let us touch you or that trophy." The other part of it is it's the last game of the season. So they accomplished that. And there's going to be some of them, like McIntyre and Dylan Carter. That's it. Yeah. That's it for them. So they're not going to they're not going to be around. So for that. So I didn't listen to the show, so I don't know. You can read people's texts, but you can't.
They said that was borderline victory.
No, it was.
Well,
and
that's
not.
what the text said.
It was
you
not.
can read that, but if you're listening to something, I mean, DJ's a good dude. I mean, who doesn't think that?
He's a great guy.
We
he's
think
awesome.
that. And he can have his opinion, and he said what he did. And I don't think Justin, based on this guy, I don't think that Justin jumped all over him.
Josh, you were there, right?
Well, yeah, DJ did not fight it the way that Vickery and
DJ ain't a fighter. He'll hit you
it.
one time and it's over. He knows that. That's why he didn't do anything.
Roger makes a great point with the level of focus. Like that was the number one thing I noticed last week was the level of focus they had, and I think that shows up with the defense they've made. I don't think they've made an error the entire and also one more point I want to make about the issue people have had with college athletics is we can't connect with these players. We don't know these players at all. Well, you want to connect with them? Guess what? When they head into the stands and they want to see you all over the stadium and they want to jump in the pond and then they go and they hug their families and everything. I mean, what is more connective than that? What is more human than that? So
that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean that's them being kids. That's them being humans. And one more thing though. These guys are clearly enjoying the fact that they're not in class right now. They're playing the sport they love, and they're clearly around a bunch of guys that they love doing it with. And that's really, really cool to watch them have that.
Here's the bottom line for me. I think that's a good point as far as connecting with the fans like that, because you don't really have much of that, honestly, to your point. But, like, how many kids like I remember – I'll give you an example. I remember my dad, long story short, took me and my best friend to the NCAA tournament in like Austin or somewhere, first couple of rounds in '95. So the Razorbacks were number 1 seed or something like that again and that was the year they went back to the national championship and got beat, unfortunately. But we found out where the team hotel was, and we went and we got to meet all the players. And I mean, I was 11 at the time, or 12 or whatever, and I still remember meeting Corliss Williamson and Scotty Thurman, and these guys were my heroes. So I say that to say this: how many little kids got to high five Vahiva Aloy? And
the players came to meet
these
them,
guys.
Justin. They came to meet. They came to meet everybody else.
And just like me, I've never forgotten that. These kids will never forget that as long as they live. And so that to me is much more important than, we got a lock back. Look, if Dave Van Horn's cool with it and he thinks they're connected or hooked up, like he said, I'm cool with it. If he's got a problem with it, then okay, then we maybe have an argument. But otherwise, I don't see it.
In addition to the kids that were excited, listen, there are adults that will never forget that.
For sure.
I see like jerseys of like play. I was at walk-ons in Fayetteville the other day. There is a grown man in a Aloy jersey.
Yeah,
like what? Yeah. Like that is.
Like was his hat backwards?
It might have been.
Speaking of
Acre, I don't think Acre. If somebody else doesn't like that, who is it that doesn't like a grown man to wear? Not only if you wear a jersey, but especially if it's got another dude's name on it.
Speaking of Aloy,
I wear a Justin Moore hat.
Justin, that was actually one of the more interesting things that several people pointed out. Vahiva Aloy was the one who started it. He's probably the most shy guy, but most reserved guy on the team in terms of.
That's true.
You would have thought Cam Koshel would have been the guy who took that up there. He was right behind him.
He jumped on the train, though.
He did. He did.
Jumped on the train.
He's a fun guy.
He is a great guy.
You know what? And to all of your points, I think we all made the same point then. From the 501, someone says to me the celebration was more of a thank you to the fans.
Yeah, I think
that's what it
was. Yeah,
and again, last game of the season there, last game for some of them. Forever.
Of course, I told you, Justin. You might not have been on the show. I sent Cam the picture of the front page of the Democrat Gazette that has him holding up the trophy
for sure.
out there at the Hog Pen. He said, "Man, that's a cool picture." And I said, "Would you want it? Would you want a copy of this?" Man, I'd love to have that. Listen, that's a moment in time. Just think if they end up going and winning. Let's say if they win the World Series. How cool does it make that celebration?
Oh, my God.
Even make it if it works. Of course, if they get knocked out twice, we can say, whatever. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, it was something that was a special deal for the fans and the players, and we can agree to disagree with DJ. It's all good.
Oh, and DJ, and I'm not going to disagree with DJ to his face.
What?
Well, DJ's recently finished playing too, and I understand. I think football is a little bit different because. Yeah. Football is process driven, yes, but there is a day-to-day grind of baseball that is you play 10 SEC series. It's 3 games in every single series on top of your non-conference, on top of the games they played in the regional and the super. I mean, it's a ton of games. And so you have to, at some point, you need to celebrate a part of that process. This is why you always see celebrations in baseball for when teams clinch a postseason spot. Right, like that is a big part of it. I mean, they bring out the beers and the champagne and stuff, not just for winning the World Series. They do it when you win a division, when you win a division series.
That's right.
It's part of baseball.
How about this too? Remember when we went to the Elite Eight back-to-back years?
Yeah.
The head coach took his shirt off. I mean, you know what I mean?
That's true. That's true.
Being in the Elite Eight, right. Which is what we're in,
yes, that's right.
is it should be celebrated because we're spoiled because we go quite a bit, but it's so hard to do. I mean, it really is.
Somebody says here, I'm a 58-year-old kid who got high fives and hugs from all the players in the Hog Pen. Here's one that says, fans can't storm the field, so let the players storm the stands. Storm the stands.
I like it. Storm the stands.
I love it.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
All right, we'll come back and wrap things up. They're getting ready to do their press conference here. If you hadn't had a chance to look it up, you can Google it. It's the Boyle Building, B-O-Y-L-E, but it's now called the Bob R. Brooks Jr. Justice Building, and they're getting ready to get things underway to dedicate this building. It's a beautiful, big, white building. You can't, as they said, Roger, beautiful, big, white building.
It's beautiful building. It's terracotta. You say it's terracotta?
Terracotta. All right, we'll come back and wrap things up.
I don't need no shrink. I don't need to dance or hear what you think. All I need to keep me from losing it is good cold beer and country music.
Summer's here, y'all. It's time to make memories with your friends and your family. But fellas, don't let low testosterone steal those times from you, man. Get TRT at Low T Center. Don't jack around with online TRT services either, man. Sure, they're easy, but more times than not, you end up spending hundreds of dollars on unreliable test kits and waiting days for lab results before you even know if you qualify. If you need TRT, you need to trust the experts at Low T Center. They've been changing patients' lives for over 15 years. That's right. They are the OGs. They are the pioneers of TRT. You better believe it. There's never been a better time to call Low T Center. Right now, you can get a free medical consultation and a free T-test. And with Low T's on-site lab, if you qualify, you can start treatments that day. With convenient locations across Arkansas, you can be seen by one of Low T Center's healthcare professionals and get started right away. By the way, if you're looking to lose a few pounds, Low T Center has prescription weight loss options available. Most major insurances are accepted. Don't wait, fellas. Go right now to fixmylowt.com to book your appointment. That's fixmylowt.com. You'll be glad you did.
March is gone. The brackets are done. Feels like we need some excitement.
Are you kidding? Do you realize how much is going on? Basketball, hockey, baseball, golf. It's like 8 seasons in one. It's the season of action.
And we can bet on all those with the Oaklawn Sports app.
That's the spirit. Now let's go lock in some bets.
Receive a 10% profit boost on qualifying 3-leg parlays. Bet all summer long. Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money
people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code YEAR to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See Shelter Agent Sam Eklund in Star City for a free personal protection review.
Here's another Whataburger DM. Miranda says, it's 2023 and still no Pico Burger. How do we get y'all to pick it back up? Miranda, we totally thought we responded to this. We know it's been a minute or two, but good news, the Pico de Gallo burger is back up. Yep, the 2 fresh beef patties covered with crisp Pico de Gallo, 2 slices of pepper jack and creamy cilantro lime sauce you love is back. And it's all thanks to you. The Pico de Gallo burger is back for a limited time. What a burger!
You know what's easy about getting Allstate's lowest price on auto insurance? Getting it online. Yep, you can only find our best auto price at allstate.com, which means getting protection on your time, even at 3 a.m. So check allstate.com first to get a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Potential savings and prices vary, including based on how you buy. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
The Rock City Margarita Festival, presented by Oaklawn Hot Springs, is back and happening July 19th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the State House Convention Center in downtown Little Rock. Your ticket includes a tasting cup and margarita samples from some of the best bars and restaurants in the city. Get your tickets now at Stubbs.net. Come sip, sample, and celebrate summer at the most refreshing event of the season, the Rock City Margarita Festival, presented by Oaklawn Hot Springs and brought to you in part by Tito's Handmade Vodka.
Let's keep the good vibes going. Morning Mayhem is back on the air. Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
All right, 954 rather, wrapping up things here downtown Little Rock. Beautiful view, man. It's been absolutely gorgeous up here at the Bob R. Brooks Jr. Justice Building. His family, Bob Brooks' family, is here. Obviously, the close friend of Tim and confidant and former Chief Deputy Attorney General of Arkansas, who passed away in February. That's why this building is named after him. I hadn't looked at my notes. Where are the boys at today, Josh?
They are here today, I believe.
Okay.
Well, Acre's here, so I'm assuming they're here.
Gotcha.
They're duking it out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
That's good. Hey, I didn't get a chance to go over birthdays today, but there's one I always like to see if Justin. I know Roger knows him. Justin, are you familiar with the music from Howlin' Wolf?
Yes.
Yeah. Love that voice, man.
He was in a great movie, Cadillac Records.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the movie.
Somebody played him, obviously, but one of the
That's
greatest.
one that I know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So-
I'm sorry, Judge. You were going to say one
No,
of
I
the
was just
greatest
saying one of the greatest casting jobs of all time. The dude looked like him. He sounded like him. It was a cool movie too.
He was a big tough-looking dude and had that voice. I think it was him.
And he couldn't be bald.
Him anymore.
That was the other part of his character.
Yeah, he was just one of the legendary figures in music. I think we've got Justin in the studio now. Good morning, J.A. What's up?
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Hey, man.
Hey, buddy. Just getting ready for today and the week ahead. Very excited about everything. So that's.
Heard there was a big battle on your show yesterday. A duke it out between you and DJ.
Look, we all have bad takes on occasion. I've had my share as well. DJ had a real bad one yesterday.
He did.
He's the sucker of joy, and it's unfortunate. And I was very disappointed in his take yesterday. So I will continue to beat the hell out of him today about it. So
Look, nobody bats 1,000.
Yeah. Roger, I think you got a good policy on not saying it to his face, but because I am in a superior position, I don't think he'll punch me too hard. So
no, not too hard, not too hard. But I mean, you can listen. I like him.
I love him.
Yeah,
but
I like you too.
I know you guys do it. I know you're not afraid to tell me when I say something stupid. So that's what we're here for.
Justin, did you play at the Hall of Fame golf tournament yesterday? Or West,
No.
Your West play? Okay.
No.
Gotcha.
Just too much to do, and plus playing catch up and then getting ready for this weekend and everything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But anyway, we've got some baseball talk today with Jordan Wicks, guys. Thanks to Crane Buick GMC up in Conway, and he's coming off a rehab situation. I don't know when he's going to be back on the mound, but hopefully soon. Pat Bradley, thanks to River City Flooring. Got the Red White Report. Thanks to our friends at UAMS Ortho. Eli Craner coming in with a new book, and Susan Irwin Prowse will be in from Willie D's talking about weekend entertainment. And we are also looking for an official watch party spot. I know for the big game, now that we've got our game time set for Saturday. So if there's a local establishment that wants to be the official watch party, let us know. We're available for that.
On this day, as I mentioned, as we go to the end of the show here, these three things happened. John Gotti died in prison on this day at age 61, 23 years ago. 21 years ago, Ray Charles died of liver failure on this day.
How long ago?
21 years ago for Ray Charles, 23 for Gotti.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that long.
I know. And 18 years ago, I mentioned earlier in the show, final episode of The Sopranos with Don't Stop Believing. One of the great moments in television history where everybody got mad and started jumping up. What's happening to my TV?
What happened?
What's going on?
True.
One of the great tricks there by who was the producer? What's his name?
Not David Spade.
David.
Good Lord, what's his name?
It was Florentino
David Chase.
Burgers.
David Chase. David Chase. David Chase.
All right, boys.
Chaser
Good job.
Burger.
Good job. Tomorrow we'll be right down the street at the Arkansas Horse Museum.
Wait a minute.
The places that they invite us to come, Justin, it's unbelievable.
Are you kidding me? Now, is this where we need to wear a sport coat?
Yeah, I think so.
You didn't wear a sport coat last year.
I don't know. Did I not?
And Joe Klein came in wet shorts.
We're such rebels. Hey, we'll see everybody tonight who's got tickets over at the Sports Betting 101 for Women at Cash.
Thanks, AG.
See you, boys. Yeah, thanks, Tim Griffin. Appreciate it. All
Later,
right,
guys.
See you, Justin.
On Friday, April 11th of this year, I finished my first year driving a GV70 from Genesis of Conway. So, what's the big deal? It's this. It's the Craig O'Neill Anniversary Sale at Genesis of Conway. To celebrate 1 year of driving the 2024 GV70, you're invited to come in and learn how you can get a 2025 for as low as $497 a month. Yes, $497 a month. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury.